Over 5 years ago, the very first Minecraft 100 Days was uploaded. Since then, thousands of 100 Days videos have been created, with different mod packs, challenges, and themes. That's why I decided to take 100 Days back to its roots. I'll be surviving 100 days in the newest version of hardcore Minecraft, with several goals in mind. I want to get a full set of netherite armor and tools, defeat every boss including the warden, create overpowered farms, and so much more. Can I make it all the way to day 100 and beat this classic challenge? Keep watching to find out. Well, here we are. This is our brand new Minecraft hardcore world. It feels very weird to be back in vanilla. I have not played regular old Minecraft in probably 2 or 3 years at this point. It's all been modded. But you know, that's exactly why I've decided to make this video, to take the 100 days challenge back to its roots. Let's go ahead and turn our logs into planks, and then we'll get ourselves set up with a crafting table and some sticks. And of course, then we can immediately upgrade to a wooden pickaxe. Oh, these are the new wolf types that were added in the last content drop. That was it. We gotta tame one of these at some point. Right now, though, we don't have any bones, so we're just gonna have to go and collect some stone and get on with our day. You know what I don't miss from modded Minecraft? The horrible frame rate. It feels nice to be playing a game of Minecraft where everything functions as intended. Yes, cobblestone, come to me. I am your rightful owner. Immediate stone pickaxe upgrade, and we'll go for a stone axe. We are in a savannah, and I feel like it's quite easy to find villagers in these because it's so flat, so it makes it easier for them to spawn. I don't know if that's actually true, but it always feels that way to me. We'll get ourselves some pumpkins because we'll definitely want to sell these to villagers later. We can make a lot of money from these. We do also have a jungle to our left, which is pretty cool. That could have loads of melons and bamboo and that kind of thing, so we can definitely explore that later. For now, though, let's just collect ourselves some fish to keep us alive. And there we go. We've got some early game sugarcane too. We'll be able to set up an enchanting area. Oh, here's the new armadillo. Oh, that's so cute. Now, I can't remember how you get the scoots from these to make wolf armor, but I know it's not by killing them, so I won't do that. You get to live. Don't worry. You don't need to stay in your shell all day. Okay, look away, little pig, because what's about to happen is not going to be very pleasant. That's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. Triple kill. I just did that so we've got enough wool for our bed, just in case the nights start to drag on a bit. I don't really intend on sleeping that much in these 100 days, because there's a lot that I want to get done. Right, let's just go and kill a bunch of these cows as well, so we can get extra food. I'm sorry. Yep, look away. No, don't look into my eyes as I do it. That's just going to make it more painful for you. I'm sorry. We are near an ocean, so let's whip up a boat as well. We can find some buried treasure, and we'll make sure to collect more sugarcane. Hopefully I don't sound like a broken record, but it is just so weird playing vanilla again. Usually there's a bunch of different tech contraptions I'm looking into, or a skill tree, or there's a giant sea serpent chasing me, but no, it's just pretty peaceful. We will have to keep our eyes out for an ocean monument, because I would like to kill every boss in the game by the end of the 100 days. That does include the warden, but I'm cheesing that because there's no way I'm going to fight that in hand-to-hand combat. Have got ourselves a ruined portal here. Let's see if there's a chest. Do you have an enchanted golden apple for me? No, you don't. But you do have a golden helmet and some golden boots. Unfortunately, we can't actually mine this gold block here because we don't have an iron pickaxe. I can already see a shipwreck. Definitely would not mind finding some iron from that. That will get us started with a decent pickaxe. This has got to be one of the largest coral reefs I've ever seen. I mean, look at the size of this thing. Pretty sure if we spent enough time in here, we'd probably end up finding SpongeBob. Let's get ourselves set up with some doors so we can breathe underwater. And now let's see what goodies this ship holds for us. We've got an iron ingot, that's not bad, plus some golden emeralds. We've actually got enough nuggets to make a second iron ingot, so all we need now is one more. Also, I cannot see anything. This chest has some carrots and wheat for us, that's not bad. Plus some suspicious stew, which we definitely shouldn't take, but I'm gonna take anyway. And we have one final chest with a buried treasure map. That's great. Plus we have some armor trims, some books, some paper, and an empty map. We'll keep hold of the empty map because once we set up our base, it'll be really cool if we get a map of what it looks like at the start, and then on day 100 we can get a map of what it looks like at the very end to compare it. Let's eat our first bowl of suspicious stew and see what effects it gives us. Please don't be something bad. It was weakness, okay. It's only for a few seconds though, so it's not that big of a deal. Night is upon us, but it looks like we're just going to be sailing for most of it. I'm just going to adventure until we find a village because it's so annoying to try and cart villagers between different places that when I do want to set up my base, I want it to be near a village so we can get easy access to trades. Oh, there we go. There's an ocean monument. You can just about see it in the top right. I've made a note of the coordinates coordinates in chat so I can rewatch the recording and then remember where it is. It looks like we have some dry land up ahead, but it is a birch forest, so not particularly promising. Kind of hard to tell because it's so dark, but I think we're next to a dark oak forest. Yeah, we are. I don't want to sleep because that would just waste unnecessary time, but I also don't really want to spend any time on dry land either. I'll grab this sugarcane and go. Is that a village or a lava pit? I think that's a lava pit, but I'm not 100% sure. Yep, that's definitely a lava pit there. See, look at this. There was a drowned following us this whole time. Go away. There's a bit of light here, so I'm comfortable setting up our very first mine in this area. Plus, when any monsters show up, we can just push them into the lava like that. Yes, that's right. Burn to death. Let's quickly whip up a furnace so we can start making charcoal. Let there be light. Yes. Since you can just never know what's coming from behind the trees, I'm actually going to make a shield using our 1 iron ingot. I'll just keep chopping trees all night. Let's get ourselves a stockpile of wood before we head into the caves. That way we'll never run out of sticks for tool handles and torches and all that sort of thing. I just want some extra cobble, and all I'm finding is stupid andesite and granite. See, let's go a little bit wild here. Let's push the boat out and let's craft ourselves a smoker. I bet none of you ever make this on your playthroughs. It's such a random niche item. We slap that bad boy down, and that's going to cook food at twice the rate of the normal furnace. We're going to have 10 prime ribeyes very, very soon. I'll let you guys in on a little secret. It's actually kind of sad as well. But anyway, at 1 in the morning, if I haven't eaten for a while because I've been too busy recording or not doing anything for the whole day, I keep a stockpile of steaks in my fridge, and I just chuck them in a frying pan and eat just a steak by itself. That's my dinner. I'm talking no vegetables, no rice, no fries, just a solid slab of meat, and that'll be my dinner. Sometimes I get the urge to just live like a 15th century medieval baron. What can I say? I mean, I do at least season the steaks, so does that count towards any nutrients? Like, I mean, chili powder, that's from a chili, so that's vegetables, right? That counts. Anyway, my poor eating habits aside, let's focus on the positives. We're now through to day 2. We've survived our very first night, just 99 more to go. I forget how deep the caves actually are in vanilla Minecraft. I'm way too used to modded, where either the mod pack is an older version, so it's not got the caves and cliffs update, or there's just a bunch of structures with diamonds and iron, so I never actually go caving. We've already found some lapis. That's rather nice. Here we are. We've finally hit deep slate, and I can also hear a few monsters around, which definitely means we're getting close to a cave system. But aside from that, or it's a tiny disappointing pocket with like 3 coal ore. That's the other possibility. Also, I don't know if this just happens to me, but have you guys ever been strip mining for so long that you start to actually hallucinate diamonds? Like, you mine regular old deep slate and you think it's diamond, because that does happen to me, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. I'm going to do my best to save all of the stony blocks that we mined, because I'm going to use them to set up a creeper farm later so we can have unlimited rockets to fly around with an elytra. In terms of armor, all we have is our very shiny golden helmet and boots, so I'm going to be careful if we find a very open cave, because there's so many monsters in them, and that tool breaking, that just made me jump. I gotta say, that made me jump. I'm a grown man, and the Minecraft tool breaking made me jump. I thought I'd finally gotten to a point of my big age where that doesn't affect me, but yeah, clearly it still does. Ooh, okay, we finally broke into some sort of cave system. I do see iron and gold. We're gonna want to go for those. Oh, and there's diamonds there. Okay, that's a bit of a crazy find. Hopefully it's not a 1 vein. First, we must acquire the iron so we can make an iron pick. Is that gonna be a 1 vein? Are you serious? Thank you, Minecraft, for 1 raw iron. That's just wonderful. And there's more diamonds over there. We have to find some more iron as soon as possible. There's got to be just 1 more piece of iron ore somewhere. Don't do this to me, Minecraft. Come on now, please. Just 1 piece of iron. That's all I'm asking you. Not stupid redstone. Oh, there we go. There's the 1 piece of iron. I will stop complaining now. I wouldn't mind finding some coal as well. I actually crafted all of our charcoal into torches. While we're here, let's also craft ourselves an ingot using all of our nuggets. And there we go. We can upgrade to a shiny iron pickaxe. Here's the real question though. How many diamonds are we gonna get? 1. Oh, 2. There we go. So we've got at least 3. Yep, there we go. There's 3. I think that's it for that vein. I was gonna say we'd have at least 3 with that diamond ore up there or wherever it is, because then we can make a pickaxe. Of course, as soon as we get the diamonds, we now find a giant vein of iron too. Oh, and there's actually some gold behind this as well. How many ores are there in this one little pocket? I have also realized I said I would stop complaining, and then I did the opposite and complained more, so I'm gonna stop complaining for real now. This is a 2 vein by the looks of it. That's lovely. No, it's not. That's 3. It's gonna be 5. Let's make sure the lava doesn't kill us though. And that has left us with 8 diamonds. That's lovely. Right, there we go. Sorry, iron pickaxe, you have already been replaced by our new diamond one. And I'm also gonna go ahead and make ourselves a diamond sword. We've got a diamond sword and pickaxe now, plus enough diamonds for an enchanting table, so I'm just gonna strip mine until we've got enough iron for a full set of armor. Then we should be done in the caves for a little while. And while we're here actually, I wouldn't mind getting enough iron to make a bucket as well, because then we can get a water bucket and start getting ourselves some obsidian. Let's be careful of this little lava ravine here. Let's not have any slip-ups. Oh, there's our first monster. Okay, I was about to say, I wonder when our first monster will show up in these caves. I know I did basically dive into his arms so that he could repeatedly punch me in the face, but he still did quite a lot of damage to us. This is why we need that suit of iron armor as soon as possible. Thankfully, it does seem like we've gotten onto a bit of a lucky streak with these caves here, so hopefully they'll just continue and we don't have to mine through the walls anymore. Although the veins of iron that we're finding aren't particularly large, so we might be here for a little while. And we've also hit a dead end here. Let's see if we can find another way through. We've somehow found more diamonds already, and it's also already day 3. I didn't even realize. No, this is a dead end. Please, I don't want to mine through more deep slate. It's the worst thing in the world. And we're finding more diamonds. What is this, man? Please, I just want some iron so I can make my set of armor and leave. It's a whole 8 vein too. Since we're in a bit of a diamond surplus at the moment, let's make ourselves a chest plate. Look at that. Cover me with diamonds. Diamond armor saves lives. Yes, it does. Although, not so fun fact, if you've got the game difficulty set to hard and you're wearing a full suit of unenchanted diamond armor and you take a creeper blast point blank to the face, you will die. In my very first Minecraft hardcore video, I said that. It's true, by the way. It's completely true. Test out if you want, although I wouldn't do it on a hardcore world. And I got this one guy in the comments like, oh, he's just exaggerating because he's a YouTuber. No, that's true. I tested it myself because I was so concerned about dying. You know what the worst part is though? That guy left that comment and then probably went on with his life for the next 4 years. But for me, that is stuck in my head for 4 years of my life. Why do I have to suffer this way? He probably doesn't even remember leaving that comment. He probably doesn't even remember me or the video he's watched. I'm just the one who has to suffer with his idiotic comment in my brain for all that time. I'm really out here beefing with YouTube comments. I need help, and I also need not more diamonds, but we're finding them anyway. You know what we still haven't found yet? Coal. Once we get to the surface, we are making a load of charcoal. In fact, I actually wouldn't mind setting up an automatic fuel system just so we can auto get logs. And there's more diamonds, man. What is this? Did they buff the spawn rate or something? Has it just been too long since I actually mined in vanilla Minecraft? We've got enough for some leggings too. I have been thinking there's a pretty staggering lack of enemies in these caves. You'd think they'd be chock full, but it's been very smooth sailing. We are looking very bougie with our diamond chestplate and leggings combined with the golden helmet and boots. You might be wondering why I'm still holding on to our wooden pickaxe. It's because I have this weird little ritual I do whenever I start a Minecraft world where I like to keep the very first pickaxe that I craft to remind myself of how far I've come at the very end. Let's get our iron helmet equipped. Lovely. And now all we need to do is retrace our footsteps so we can grab some water and pour that on all the lava we've been finding. Now go on then. I'll grab this little bit of gold before I go. I just see shiny things and I have to take them. I'm like a magpie or a goblin. When I see treasure in this game, the synapses in my brain, they go dark one by one. I just focus on getting the shiny thing at all costs. Here's our water. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this game, man. Oh my days. And you just throw away all of this because I can't land in all of this water. What is wrong with me? I'm not even gonna die to piglin brutes or something. It's just gonna be from my own carelessness. Well, now we've got to do the Minecraft equivalent of reading Shakespeare, which is mining obsidian for the next 10 minutes. No, please. I was gonna say if that fell into the lava, I would be so mad. We're gonna need to collect 18 pieces here. Now, you can go the peasant route and collect 10 for the portal and 4 for the enchanting table, but come on, we've got to put corners on our nether portal. What are we? Poor? I don't think so. We're halfway there now. This is progress, albeit very, very slow progress. Since mining obsidian is so boring, I'm gonna hit you guys with some deep wisdom, okay? This is the type of thing that really makes you think. So, you know how when a dog signs hears a dog bark on TV, they start barking too? Like your real life dog is just chilling with you in the sitting room, you're watching TV, and a dog barks on the TV, and then your dog starts barking. But let's put it into perspective. Say that you're the dog, and the TV every day is just this unintelligible string of noises that you have no idea what they are, and then suddenly one day someone speaks to you in perfect clarity in your own language, you'd probably freak out as well. Anyway, that's enough deep wisdom for now. I'll have some more for you later. I also can't see anything, which is really not helping. Come with me, Torch. I'm going to take you to the surface. I mean, I've said I'll hit you with more wisdom later, but the thing is, will you be awake to hear it? That's the question, because a lot of you just put these on and fall asleep, so you're not going to hear my wonderful wisdom, but that's fine. I'll forgive you. It just might be the most life-changing advice you've ever heard, but no, it's all good. Just sleep. Just go to bed. You know what, though? Before you drift off into peaceful slumber, please be sure to hit that like button. Let's go for 10 likes on this video. That's quite a lot now. That's the largest like goal I've ever asked for, so let's really try and hit this one. I know you're thinking about it right now. Let's go and press that button. Take you 2 seconds. Boom. You've probably already done it. Thank you. You know, I walk about 3 feet in front of me and then gravel just collapses on my head every time and gives me fatal brain damage. Like, look at this. This is annoying. Please let me out. And there's still more of it. Oh my god. Release me. Our inventory is so full now, but I don't want to settle down until we find a village. We're gonna have to go on some kind of nomadic journey. We have finally made it back up into the stone levels, which means this should go a bit quicker now. Oh, one last gravel pile before we finally make it to the surface. I see how it is. Oh, finally, we've made it. We're actually quite close to our lava pool too. It's just over there. I'm a lot happier to go out exploring at night now that we actually have some decent armor. I wouldn't mind sleeping right now, but it's a lot easier to find villagers at night because they're so bright, so you can very easily spot them. Oh, okay, taking a fair bit of damage here. Let's be careful. Ow, we've got a bunch more skeletons. Let's just run past them because I do not want anything to do with that. No, thank you. Nope. Nope. Oh, a horse. Ah, we don't have a saddle, so we can't tame it. That would definitely make early game exploring rather easy. But it looks like we found a village. The method worked. Mate, I'm going to have to ask you to put the shovel down. Oh, or you could just put it down on the skeleton. That's fine. Please kill him. Thank you. Do your job. Yes, there you go. Good work. And your reward is you get murdered as well. There's more sugarcane here. Let's grab all that. We've even got some turtles in this tiny little pool of water. Great work, guys. This is going to be a wonderful place to live. I thought turtles only spawn next to the ocean. There's actually quite a lot of them. Oh, there's a cherry biome above the village. That's so good. This area is rather flat. This might be the place, actually. This could be perfect for a base. We've got some iron on legs. I'll be back for that later. Free money, too. That's wonderful. First thing we've got to do is lock these guys in their homes because we do not want them slowly getting whittled away by random zombie attacks. Hello, small child. Have fun being imprisoned in your own home. His parents left him with food, right? Like, he's not going to starve in there. We're not just going to find, like, a tiny little skeleton. That would be pretty bad. It seems like a few of them still have their freedom. Don't worry. They'll lose it soon enough. I can't kill the iron golem because there's going to be witnesses. Overall, though, this is definitely the perfect area for a base. I could not ask for a better area. The main base that I want us to have by the end of this video is a gigantic transformed plains village, but we can't exactly set that up right now. And it's raining. That's wonderful. Anyway, I'm thinking that we set ourselves up with a cave base. Now, I don't mean like the terrible 2x2 home you make on your first day by digging into the hill. I'm talking about an actually cool cave base. We won't have to worry about building any exterior because we can just keep digging deeper and adding more rooms. I think right here would be pretty perfect for the entrance because then we can transform all of this flat land into giant farms. We may as well just get digging and get right to it. Let's also get set up with some chests so we can finally free up some inventory space. And we've actually got just enough iron to whip up an iron axe. We'll definitely use oak wood since it's the easiest available resource for us, but I would really like to get some spruce too. I don't know if we've seen some while we were out and about. If we did, then I should have taken some saplings, but I didn't because I'm dumb. You know when people say like, oh, I'm very forward thinking and I plan ahead. I just don't think. Like, I just don't do any of that. Oh, we've hit the jackpot. I can see spruce trees over there. You know what would go crazy? Imagine a gigantic bridge connecting these two sides of the valley. That would be so cool. I don't think we're going to have time to do that in this 100 days though. We have a lot on our plate. I may need to go fishing for a saddle because it'd be really useful to have a donkey. We could put some chests on it and have some extra storage. That way I wouldn't have to run so far to all these spruce trees. I could just ride the donkey and let it do all the work for me. I'm going to chop a bunch of spruce wood and along the way we should pick up some saplings from the decaying leaves. I'm feeling like this playthrough is going to have two phases, pre-Ender Dragon and post-Ender Dragon. Because before we kill the Ender Dragon, we're going to be pretty weak. We're not going to be able to collect many blocks very quickly. It's all going to be a little bit difficult. But once we've killed the dragon, that's when a lot of opportunities open up to us because we'll have loads of levels to enchant good gear. We'll have all of the end city loot. We'll have shulker boxes to easily transport loads of blocks around. It's going to be so much easier. And so that's when we can make our start on our incredible village. But in order to get to that point, we're going to have to slum it out in a cave for a while. It is getting dark, which I don't love because now we're getting a bunch of mobs showing up. We could very easily get snuck up on by a creeper while we're chopping wood. I wouldn't mind getting a bow, so let's kill these spiders. That skeleton has an enchanted bow. We got to get rid of him. There is actually a ruined portal near our base, so we'll have to check that out in the morning. Well, I say our base, but it's just a bit of grass with a chest and a crafting table at the moment. Can I just work on the build in peace? I just opened my chest instead of hitting him. Brilliant. Now, I'm not really sure what to do with the entrance. We'll go with some spruce logs first. Building wise, I am pretty rusty. It's been a while since I really committed to a good build. Now, we'll strip these logs, which I'm not being allowed to do. Do I have to unequip our shield? Yes. Let's just keep it very simple. We'll come in with some spruce stairs even. Then we'll do something like this to add a bit of texture. And maybe we flip some of the spruce logs like this to give it a more rustic look. We'll add some buttons too. And some trap doors, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing. Then a button there. And some ladders, or does that overcomplicate it? No, I'll pass. Maybe if we do like this, that could look better. And if we turn that into an archway, that's not bad. And perhaps it's also missing a path. Ah, if only I still had gravel from the mines, then we can make coarse dirt. Tell you what, let's steal some flowers from our own property. And then we'll dodge this very annoying skeleton. Or fail to dodge him, I guess. Thankfully, the sun has risen. Spring has sprung. The birds are out chirping. It's a lovely day. This guy seems to be pondering. Don't know what he's pondering, but he's doing a lot of it. You don't look at me swimming around in this random pond digging up gravel. You're the weird one. He's probably doing careful consideration about his trades for the day. Like, what shall I offer from my valuable inventory of items? Oh, I know. 7 dirt for 1 emerald. That is a bargain. I'm stealing this bell because I want a doorbell. Oh, also, here's our first coal in the game. Finally. There we go. Lovely. We'll craft up a bunch of coarse dirt. That's perfect. And now we should be able to make a pretty respectable path. I can hear a baby zombie, and I don't know where he is. Can you stop hiding in my walls, please? It's very rude. I'm very grateful he doesn't have a sword. He does have a friend, though. This could get kind of bad. Never mind. We're fine. It's all under control. And they've led us to more coal. That's lovely. Their sacrifices shall not be in vain. We are running a bit low on food, and I don't think those villagers had any hay bales. I will grab as much of this coal as possible. It's the first time we've seen it, after all. Well, not the first time, but it's just very uncommon, and I need as much of it as we can because we've got to light the area up. We'll also grab some iron while we're here. We can finally get some iron boots, or maybe some iron tools, actually. That might be a better use of it. Guys, can we not do the whole romantic scenery thing outside my property? Can you go somewhere else? Thanks. Well, that's just bad manners. Not in public. Do it in your own home. We'll do a path like this. We'll mix in some path blocks and some coarse dirt. Then we put in the flowers, and yeah, it's coming together. I like it. I guess I should come up here and finish the roof, actually. Oh, embarrassed now, are we? Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, for this early on in the game, I'm happy with it. Let's go ahead and get some torches up here to hopefully stop any mobs from showing up. And we'll just go in a bit of a circle around our house, since behind the roof, that's the most dangerous area, since we come out the front door, all unassuming, and boom, creeper falls from the sky and insta-kills us. That's just not what we want. This is torture. There's so many good horses and donkeys around, and we can't ride any of them. While we're here, though, we might as well check out this massive ruined portal. This is one of the biggest I've ever seen. It's got a golden apple for us, plus a flint and steel, so we don't have to craft that when we want to go to the nether. Wait, this is an insanely stacked chest. Fire aspect, 2 golden sword, efficiency, 5 golden pick. That is crazy. We have got a fair bit of mining to do, since we need to clear out the interior of this house. Our diamond pick is already half durability, which is pretty rough. We'll make sure to add in some cobblestone to get some nice texturing in. I mean, yeah, it's a cave home, but we've got to focus on making it into a cave home. You know, I thought that was really clever until I said it out loud, and now it sounds kind of lame. We may as well finally make ourselves a bed, but we're going to go ahead and dye it red, because that's the best color of bed, and those phantoms just scared the life out of me. See, this is why you need to sleep in Minecraft. Otherwise, Satan himself will spawn these things from the sky to come and kill you. Oh, you got stuck. Oh, you poor little baby. Oh, that's not even. That's going to make me so mad. It's not even there either, and I guess it can be even there. I will sleep this night off because I cannot stand phantoms. The noises they make genuinely give me headaches. Looks like we had quite a few visitors in the night, but they're all dropping dead. We'll add some slabs to kind of try and variate the amount of levels of stone we have here. Then we'll chuck in some chests. I don't want this whole room to be all grey, so I'm thinking we go for a wooden roof. Nothing too crazy, just a good old spruce plank roof. It should help the room feel a bit warmer because we've got all this grey around us. And I think as a final touch, we also add some spruce beams in the wall. One final touch we can do is we can use an item frame combined with the clock we got from the ruined nether portal to add a clock to the wall. And then to add some extra color, we could do something like this. That's all right. Or actually, tell you what, we do saplings instead. It's a little bit squished in here, but it works. It gets the job done. I'll go ahead and quickly organize all of our items. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I just found the buried treasure map that I completely forgot to look at. Well, I'm an idiot. No, you're not coming to live in this house, man. Get out. That's right. Go home. Yeah, see, I hate to break it to you, man, but as soon as I break that block, you're going to lock onto my bed and try and go into my house. And the village is quite far away, so you're probably not going to take a bed there. And you're also a nitwit, so you're basically useless. So what I'm trying to say is you're getting executed. Food is definitely our main concern right now, but as you can see, the village just doesn't have any hay bales. We're not going to be getting much from here. There are a couple cows around, so our best bet is probably just to make a pen for them. There's not really something we can do right now, considering there's a bunch of monsters out, and this zombie's going to try and break down our door, so we've now got to kill him. But I don't want to waste a day by sleeping, so I'm thinking we just go caving for a little bit. Although, before we do, let's quickly whip ourselves up an enchantment table, since then we can grab some very basic protection enchantments on our armor. And I guess sharpness 1's not bad. It's so easy to get XP at lower levels that it doesn't really matter that we're using quite a few right now. I really should have made an area for a mine, but I forgot, so we're gonna have to dig a little tunnel down. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the gif of Eddie Brock fighting, trying not to turn into Venom, but that's me every time I make one tiny little structure, that's me trying to fight the urge to decorate it. As you can see right now, I'm losing. We've actually broken straight into that cave from earlier, so that's a nice coincidence. I left the door open. What is wrong with me? I don't know what it is about me. I just can't rest until I've made at least something nice and decorative. It looks like the caves go deeper here. This is perfect. Extra coal, extra lapis, extra iron. Anything is useful, really. This is giving me cave diver vibes. I don't love this very narrow passageway. Getting an early stockpile of coal would be great, because then we won't have to worry about it. And also, hello, that is a gigantic cave. You know what would be amazing? If we could find ourselves a mob spawner. Oh my. Let's yapping will resume in a minute once I'm not getting horribly attacked. Oh, there's another skeleton there. This is not ideal. We should be reasonably safe here, I hope. I see that guy. That's fine. I'm just gonna leave him alone. Anyway, as I was saying before I was sent into a panic, it would be really nice if we could find ourselves a mob spawner, because then we'd be able to finally get ourselves a saddle, potentially. Alright, listen. You've asked for this now. Like, you could have just backed off, but no. So now you're getting a sword between your ribs. Have fun. Die. Thank you. You know, I don't know why, but I would say thank you after killing a mob. It doesn't make any sense, because I don't want them there. Like, why am I thanking them? I should say no thank you instead. I've just thought, actually, we're going to need to craft ourselves an anvil, so it's a good job we're grabbing all this iron now. This cave just keeps going deeper and deeper. Our diamond pick has lost a lot of durability, so I wouldn't mind finding some extra diamonds to repair it, or just make a new one. Or I guess we could level up a toolsmith and just trade for infinite diamond pickaxes, but that's something to do later, not right now. Doesn't look like there's any diamonds here anyway, but there is a lot of iron. I'm pretty happy to call it there. We've got 39 iron and 59 coal. That is a very productive mining trip. Oh, hold on. Is that a skeleton spawner there, or is that just two naturally spawning skeletons? Okay, let's calm down a bit there. Let's take it easy. Relax. That was not a skeleton spawner, unfortunately. It was just a random gathering of skeletons, and then we killed them all. We gotta kill the ender dragon soon. I hate having weak tools. We'll go ahead and fight this enderman just so we can get our first pearl. Can you drop one? Yes, you can. Thank you. All we gotta do now is make our way out of the caves, which might be easier said than done, but we should be able to retrace our steps. It was up here, and okay, no, I do recognize where we are now. There's the stairs back up, and it's actually daytime. Nice. Let's get all of this iron smelted in the background. And I'm thinking before we actually set up our cow pen, we need to flatten out this area because it's not really very well suited for building at the moment. We just got to place a whole lot of dirt. There's quite a lot of animals out on the plains, so it doesn't really matter if we kill a few of them just to keep our food supplies up. Sorry, pigs, you're the best food source. At least I'm going to take out the whole family, so none of you have to live with the memories of your family being slaughtered. We have got enough iron now to make ourselves a pair of iron boots. Very nice. And we may as well just grab a little bit of protection on them. It is already nighttime, which kind of sucks, so I'm just going to spend it shoveling dirt. There's not really a whole lot else to do. There's quite a few farms that we need to set up because we need a cow pen. We need some crops to feed the cows, so that's going to be wheat, and we're going to need some sugarcane too. Oh, and we're also going to need those pumpkins and melons so we can trade with villagers. Our diamond pickaxe is so low on durability now. We're going to have to go back to iron soon. I've just broken our iron shovel, and we've ended up with almost 4 stacks of dirt, so I'll call it a night there. We should have more than enough dirt now to flatten out this area. Just got a couple more pockets now, and then it should all be done. Look at how much better that is now. I'm thinking we'll go with some cobblestone walls for the cow pen, along with some leaves. This area here will be pretty perfect for all kinds of crops, so the pen is going to go over here. You can already tell where the walls of this are going to go. I quite like if our path snaked all the way around. I'll just do a rough outline for now. Don't want to commit to anything just yet. And naturally, we've come to the conclusion the cow pen will go right here. As long as we have either blocks with a slab on them or walls, the cows shouldn't be able to get out of the pen. We'll also make sure to add some leaves so it looks a bit more natural. I'm already liking this. Oh, you come to check out your new prison? I mean, home. He loves it. I do wish we had some different texturing blocks to use, like stone, tuff, andesite, all that kind of thing, but we'll just work with what we've got for now. And what we've got is good old-fashioned cobblestone. We'll make sure to light up the outside of the pen as well, just to make sure it's all protected. We'll go ahead and put the gates in, and I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, but we'll add a little, I don't even know what this is, but a little decoration to the entrance. Overall, I'm really happy with that. It adds a nice little pop of wood to this otherwise very grey pen. The iron golem is nowhere to be found in the village. I'm pretty sure he's met his fate at the hands of the zombies. What? Is that a citizen with rights? Let's take those away. I forget that these villager farms are just logs all the way around, and my axe is broken, so... Oh, no, we've got some iron. That's perfect. Night has fallen, as you can obviously see, but I just don't want to sleep. There's other things that we can be doing. It's a good job we're building a new village, because this one is going to look so barren by the time we're done stripping it of resources. It is turning morning now, and I was thinking this spot right here is the perfect area for a custom tree. I am slightly nervous for how this is going to look because it's been a long time since I've made one of these. I don't know how tall it should be. We don't want it to be massive, but we want it to be reasonably big. And we've got to add on the branches. Then we can use some fence gates and fences to add some thinner branches. And then finally, we have all the leaves. I don't mind if it doesn't look amazing. I just want it to look okay. If it's passable, that's a victory in my book. I'm kind of just placing these randomly. Let's hop down and see how it's going. It looks okay, I guess. We haven't really finished all the leaves, so it's all about making it look natural. That's the hardest bit. I don't know what I'm doing. Come on, we gotta channel the Lorax here. You know, the stupid little orange Teletubby that protects the trees. He says something like, I'm the Lorax, and I speak for the trees, and if you mess with the wildlife, I'll break your knees. No, that doesn't sound right. Don't think he said that. It's kind of hard to make a Minecraft tree look good from every angle. Although overall, you know what? I'm quite happy with that. It's not amazing, but definitely gets the job done. When you look at it from this angle, it looks a bit weird with that bit, but every other angle, it looks completely fine. I think it looks the best from this side, I'd say. We can use a bit of bone meal here, add a bit of plant life, and there we go. The custom tree is complete. Now then, while we've still got some daylight, let's get the first unfortunate cows into the pen. Come along now, nice and easy. Just keep walking forward, keep walking forward. Atta boy, there you go. And the other cow is just over here. Oh, there's actually a third cow here. That's perfect. I'm making a little cow conga line. All right, there we go. Everyone's inside and we can start breeding them. Yes, the first of many offspring. I was also forgetting to add the coarse dirt to our path to texture it. That cannot be forgiven. That's got to be done immediately. Now then, next we've got to till a gigantic field, although it is going to be a bunch of different crops. We're going to have sugarcane and pumpkins and melons and all that good stuff. Oh no, I've definitely messed something up with the cow pen because already one of them's escaped. It was this block right here. It didn't have a fence on it. That's my fault. Oh, and the babies can get out through these little gaps too. We'll go ahead and lead everyone back in, and then we can use some leaves just to block up those gaps. With that being said though, I'm going to set up the actual wall for our crops, and the entrance can be right here, which is directly in front of our house. That's going to be very nice and symmetrical. And while we're here, we can actually farm ender pearls, which is quite nice. We are up to 2 now. We're still very much struggling for food, so I'm going to bone meal some carrots very quickly. No, creeper. No, get away from my lovely farm. You're not ruining this. I do not like the amount of monsters that are showing up on our front doorstep, so I'm going to light up even more of the surrounding area. It's not going to be perfect, but it should at least allow us to work on our own builds at night without being attacked by skeletons and spiders and whatnot. Plus, it's always very satisfying to see the whole area lit up and monster-proof. You fired your last arrow, punk. Wow, that was not his last arrow. That was, though. We just keep bringing this wall around. We throw in more walls and other random bits and pieces. Got to make sure we've got leaves too. We have ourselves another free ender pearl right here. Let's just wait for him to teleport up. Oh, I've kind of messed this up a little bit, so we got to be careful. But we should be fine. Got him! And he even dropped us a grass block, which means we can convert our dirt planter here into grass. That's gonna look nice. A new day has dawned. I would love to breed the cows again, but we just don't have enough wheat. Although, the villagers might have some for us. We've also got a new iron golem. That's lovely. And a random enderman. I don't know why he teleported in and then immediately left. There we go. Goodbye. The villagers do have some extra crops for us. I'm gonna quickly set up an infinite water source, because we gotta put a lot of water sources down so that this whole field is hydrated. Although now that I think about it, we're going to have different areas, so how are we going to do this? I feel like right along here at the edge makes the most sense for our pumpkins. Then we'll get a couple of areas set up for sugarcane. We'll actually go for quite a sugarcane heavy farm, just because you need so much of it early game. We will definitely set up an auto farm for it at some point, just so we can collect it in the background, but for now, we got to do it the old-fashioned way. I've even got to dig dirt the old-fashioned way, because my shovel broke. Now we just got to fill everything with water. You know what they need to add to Minecraft? A hose that just infinitely sprays water. That'll be a lot easier than whatever it is I'm doing right now. And with all the water placed in, we can get to planting. I've somehow messed up my counting, so I gotta redo this part. All my hard work being filled in with dirt. That's painful. It's because you need to leave extra space for both the pumpkin stalk and then the pumpkin to actually grow onto the next block. I always get that wrong. And we'll actually extend the farm further along so we can allow for a second row of pumpkins. In the future, I'd definitely like to change that to melons, but we don't have any at the moment, so pumpkins it is. Maybe when we build our own village, we can set up a Starbucks and make millions of emeralds off of selling pumpkin spice lattes to the villagers who don't know any better. Once we get ourselves some villagers and then turn them into zombies and cure them for cheaper prices, they'll be trading 1 emerald per pumpkin. So effectively, we can look at this pumpkin farm as an emerald farm. Every time a pumpkin grows, it's just 1 emerald effectively. I think I'm going to go out tonight and kill skeletons just so we can get a bunch of bone meal so we can get these stalks on the way. I'm actually wondering what the path would look like with spruce wood instead of these path blocks. I've just never loved how yellow they look. I mean, ideally we'd use mud and coarse dirt. That's my favorite combo, but we don't have any of that, so we got to make do with what we have. I feel like I say that constantly in this playthrough. I don't think the spruce wood is quite right, but I really do wish we could swap out those path blocks. Anyway, it is skeleton fighting time. The faster we can bone meal all our crops, the faster we're going to be in business. I must turn you into fertilizer. Don't be sad that you're about to die. You're going to get turned into a lovely pumpkin patch. I'm kind of tempted to lead all these cows back to our farm just so we can get it up and running a bit faster. If only the wandering trader would show up so we can murder him and steal his leads. You're a pretty weird looking cow. I'm trying to kill the zombies without killing the cows. This is not exactly ideal. And we've got loads of skeletons showing up too at just the wrong time, and a witch. Why are you coming towards me? Go away. Die. Thank you. Why did I choose to do this at night? Oh my god, go away. Oh, I'm actually about to die if I'm not careful. Okay. That's enough. No more, please. No more. I give up. I can't get the cows right now. Also, I swear my room is haunted by the ghost of that one nitwit villager I killed like 20 minutes ago, because this one poster just keeps falling down. Like every 5 minutes, I gotta pause the recording and go and stick it back up, and then it falls back down as soon as I sit down. You are not putting holes in our pristine new lawn. Go away. Nope. It's not happening. Oh, and there's a skeleton in the farm. Get out. It's like he wanted to become fertilizer. At the very least, now we can grow a bunch of these pumpkin stalks. And they're already producing. Now, the main thing is just going to be to add a bunch of water holes in our farm just so we can grow the regular crops. And with that out of the way, we can start planting our wheat and our carrots. Our sugarcane's starting to grow too. This is perfect. We should be able to breed all the cows now. Lovely. We have hit a bit of a roadblock here because we basically just have to wait for all the crops to grow and for the cows to breed. Let's go out and see if we can find some more cows to hopefully speed everything up. Now that I think about it, there was that herd that's, yeah, they're just scattered over there where we left them last time. It is going to be a lot easier to move you guys now we're not getting attacked by skeletons every few seconds. This should speed things up considerably since we'll have 5 new cows in the pen. Hopefully it shouldn't be too difficult to cart them up the hill. Alongside giving us unlimited steak, we'll also be able to kill the cows to get leather so we can finally make a bunch of books and get maxed enchantments. There we go, that's 5 more very happy cows inside this pen. We may as well also add this sort of gateway thing we've got going on to our regular crop farm as well. The sugarcane's actually growing really fast. Oh yeah, that looks way better now. I've realized we don't actually have a dedicated tree chopping area, which is very annoying because I keep having to run over to the very sparse amount of trees that are around this land. So I think it'd be way easier if we actually set up an area where we can just grow as many trees as we like. Now, I do like to have a bit of height variation in my build, so I'm thinking instead of setting the tree area up in somewhere like that spot, we set it up on top of this hill here. Although we are going to have to light it all up first. And that's actually led to the discovery of even more cows up here, so we can get even more in the pen. Excuse me guys, can I interest you in your car's extended warranty? We may actually have to kill one of our new subjects because we have no carrots left. I mean, we have 2, but they're going to be gone almost instantly. Hey, you're not a cow. What are you doing? No! I didn't have a shield. That could have been so bad. I instinctively clicked for the shield, but I had the wheat in our offhand. I am so glad I didn't hug that creeper. I'll have to fix that tomorrow morning. That's annoying. You know what, sheep? You can just enter the pen. Why not? He's going to feel a little bit out of place, though. Every time I play Minecraft, I forget how quick sugarcane grows. You leave it a day, and it already doubles in size. We're so hungry, we can't even sprint now. I'm sorry. One of you has to go. It'll be you. The total amount of leather that we need to craft all the bookshelves for a max enchantment setup is 45. So far, we have 5. I'm actually going to go ahead and craft a fishing rod since I don't really have anything better to do, so I may as well fish and see if I can get lucky and get us a saddle. Our pumpkins are growing at a pretty rapid rate as well. For the rest of the night, I'll just fish in our farm. Don't ask me why this works because I don't know either. We have caught our first fish, this humble salmon. It's going to be pretty funny if we do actually manage to fish up a saddle because it's like, oh, I can't find the saddle for the whole playthrough, and then suddenly I just fish it up in our farm. I like to think story-wise that maybe while I was digging the field, I dug up an old saddle. That could be kind of cool. That's a thing that I do on my head signs. If I want my Minecraft build to feel more interesting, I make up lore about it. It helps me to stay motivated during big projects because sometimes while you're building something big in Minecraft, it just feels like there's no purpose, like it's just a big decorative building. So I like when I have an actual sort of purpose in my head for the build. Looks like the sun is on its way. How did I find a pufferfish in this random field? I can almost plausibly believe we can find cod in this random stream, but a pufferfish? Really? Here, cows, enjoy breakfast. Actually, wait, hold on. I shouldn't throw the this away because we'll need this for water breathing potions later when we take on an ocean monument. I will tolerate this one single pufferfish, but I hate all the rest. I'm gonna harvest more sugarcane. You know what? I've actually just invented a bunch of chores for us. This farm is just a giant chore. I'm still faintly believing that we'll somehow miraculously get a saddle from this. I just really want a horse, okay? They're so fun early game. If memory serves me correctly, when I made a skyblock 100 days, I just kept fishing up a bunch of saddles and no fish, which was actually what I wanted because I was starving. And now that we have a perfectly good cow pen, I'm getting loads of fish and no saddle. Nah, we got another pufferfish. I'll take that as my sign to stop for the day since we need to work on the tree area. I don't want to repeat the cobblestone wall design that we've got going on. Not because I don't like it, but because I don't want this to all feel like exactly the same. It's going to blend in too much. So I'm thinking we do something involving spruce logs for the wall of this area. Also, we got pretty lucky with this tree because it's one of the spruce trees that has a load of leaves on it, which means we should have no problem getting all the saplings we need. I really do not want to trek all the way over there. It's outside render distance. That's how far away it is. I'm over exaggerating a bit, but I'm just lazy and I don't want to go all the way over there for some spruce saplings. We really got to make the most of the daylight because there's only so much we can do at night while getting attacked. Once we build our full village down on the plains, I'm going to make sure to connect it up to our starting area with a path because I do really like when it all feels connected. So this area isn't going to feel like it's just a throwaway or a starting area. It's going to be an actual farm that's connected by a path, so it feels more centralized. We are of course going to need to shovel away some dirt. That's pretty much a given. We've already been given 6 saplings back and the leaves are only half broken. That's perfect. We are getting absolutely blessed right now. Look how many saplings we've got. I think I might actually make this part of the hill a bit more flat and then we can build a retaining wall that would hold back all of the dirt. That way we can make the design of the tree farm a bit more uniform so it's easier to spread out the trees in an even manner. There we go. I'm happy with that. The design of the wall will be quite simple, but we'll layer in the few blocks that we have. Also, I hate that you can't strip logs with a shield anymore. I swear this never used to work like this. Right, there we go. Looks like our crops are slowly but surely growing. But unfortunately, our cows have not multiplied yet. That's going to come later when we can actually afford to feed them. But now they're just all skin and bone. That's it. They're pretty starved cows. The sugarcane rows in the farm are now complete. The days feel too short. I've done about 2 things today and the sun's already setting. Oh well, I'll make sure to light this area up properly just so we can keep working at night. I actually have 2 designs in mind for these pillars, so let's test them out. What's going to look better here? Barrels or composters? I think it's definitely barrels here. Although, we could use the composters like this to add a bit of texture. Yeah, that's the best of both worlds. And we'll do spruce slabs on the top here to round these pillars off. And finally, some spruce stairs. No, actually, that looks weird. Never mind. Not spruce stairs. What about spruce fence? Does that look any better? Yes, it does. I much prefer that. I feel like I might be doing too much for just a simple wall, but what if we then did slabs? I mean, trapdoors even on the top. Yeah, I'll go with that. I wasn't 100% happy with the design for the walls, so I've changed it up a bit because it felt a little bit too over-engineered. There was just too much going on. And now for the rest of the walls, we'll just go with a simple fence around the edge. I've never been much of a fan of all the pods all these giant trees leave behind, but we're just gonna have to live with it. It is a bit annoying right on the edges, so I will remove that though. Or I guess we could just turn the whole area into path blocks actually, because pods all can't spread to it. But then we'd need dedicated little areas where we'd grow each tree, and that sounds really annoying to set up, so instead we'll just revert all of this back to dirt. All we gotta do is hoe the path blocks, and they shall soon return to their normal dirt state. There are a few fun little additions we can add to this area just to make it feel a bit more alive, like some logs that have already been cut and will be bundled up to be shipped out. All we gotta do is waste 6 iron on rails, and that's gonna provide the final detail that we need, because then these look like the logs are being tethered down. 16 iron, well spent in my opinion. Oh, we got a bad spruce tree this time. There are no leaves for us there. We're finally seeing the fruits of our labor. The crops are starting to bloom. Is that the right word? I think it is. We are going to have no shortage of paper for these books, and also no shortage of paper for rockets. You know what we can create from all of our homegrown ingredients? Our very own pumpkin pie. Look at that. It's one piece, which I feel is a bit of a ripoff because we're using an entire pumpkin. But still, it's homemade. Tastes just like Grandma made it herself. We've also finally got our first pieces of wheat. We can start breeding the cows. I think we might need to go mining for diamonds so we can get a diamond axe, because our iron one isn't going to hold up very long if we're chopping pumpkins every day. Hello, cows. It's been weeks since you've first been put in this pen, but you can finally have some food. There's not enough to go around, so you might need to share. Actually, no, they're not going to share. They're animals. Some of you may die, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make. There's like a bajillion things that I need to do, but while I remember, I'm going to go ahead and slab up up the water in the farm, because that's going to make it way easier to just run through and harvest everything. The wheat is multiplying. Yes! We've got more food now, so we can breed more cows, although it looks like most of them are already done for the day. Also, I think this stupid sheep keeps stealing the wheat that I'm trying to feed to the cows. Go away! I don't even know why I let you in here in the first place. Oh, that is so much better now. It is way easier to move around. We'll just grab these little bits of water too. And there we go, all done. Since our supplies are running low, I'll just spend the night shopping spruce wood. We do need to stay in this general area since all of our cows need to grow up. We need to keep breeding them. We need to keep harvesting the farm. But there's still a bunch of other stuff we can do here. I'm mainly trying to add some general clutter to this area. Some barrels, some chests, that kind of thing. Just to make it feel a bit more lived in and a bit more natural. This can be like a little pile of stumps, and maybe we can add a wood pile with some slabs. That might look a bit weird though. No, actually I quite like that. And we're out of bone meal. Okay, I've got to go kill some more skeletons too. There's a zombie in the farm. I'll deal with him later. I think I actually need my eyesight checked. I thought these sheep were skeletons. That's one. There we go. No bones. Are you serious? Can I have some bones? One. Great. Sorry, Enderman. I do also have to kill you. No ender pearl from him. Man, it has been a very unlucky night, actually. Please grow. I really don't want to go to the spruce forest. Thank you. This has got to be one of the tallest spruce trees I've ever chopped. Look how high up we are right now. I actually want to go ahead and collect a bunch of spruce leaves. And the reason I've done that is because I'd like us to take a try at building our very own custom spruce trees. Now, the trunk is quite simple since it literally just goes straight up. I'm going to add some random fences and fence gates to represent the little branches sticking out. That's the word. And I know that these start off quite bushy at the bottom and then they get thinner and thinner towards the top. I don't know if that's enough bushiness, not enough bushiness, too little bushiness. It's difficult. I guess that looks alright. I'm just going to keep going and hope it looks better towards the end. Alright, I've been at this for a little bit and overall I'm rather happy with it. Yeah, that's a decent enough custom spruce tree. It's not perfect, but yeah, it's decent, you know, it gets the job done. Of course, now the painful part is building about 3 or 4 more of them. Once you get the hang of them, they're rather easy to build quite quickly. Oh, and it looks like I need to go to bed because the phantoms have arrived. Why can't my Minecraft character be allowed to suffer from sleep deprivation? I put up with it in real life. Can't we just transfer it over to Minecraft? Fine, game. I will go to bed. Did someone say 3 ender pearls? Don't mind if I do. And he's also got a lovely grass block for us, which we will be taking. He didn't drop the pearl, though. I'm actually going to set up a chest right here that's just going to be solely for pumpkins. And we may as well just make this into the official sugarcane chest, too. We could trade our pumpkins to the villagers and use the emeralds to buy bread, but right now they're going to be buying 4 pumpkins for 1 emerald, which is just a terrible deal. Let's do our daily wheat harvest. I think I've been breeding the cows too much. What created you? Let's not think about that, okay? Let's not publish a scientific research paper on the effects of mass breeding cows or anything, because, yeah, we just end up with that. It's going to hurt his feelings. Oh, no, you're not leaving. You're stuck in here forever. Or at least he is until a zombie eats him. That's going to happen sooner or later. Anyways, back to daily custom tree building. I'm a custom tree building machine now. I think I'll do 1 more back there and then 1 right here. I've run out of spruce leaves right before the end. Before I head out to the spruce forest, I'll breed the cows yet again. I don't know what they're going to produce at this point. I feel like one day I'm going to come into this pen. There's just going to be a fully grown llama in it. I guess I'll make the most of this trip and pick some flowers along the way. If I'm going to have to come all the way out here, I might as well get my money's worth. I just killed a skeleton and he dropped us a pretty good bow. It's not enchanted, but it saves us having to craft our own. Plus, you can get 16 arrows per 1 emerald from Fletcher villagers, so we'll definitely do that in the morning. Let's grab all of these spruce leaves and get straight back home. We got a stack now. That'll do. I do want some more ender pearls. Let's see if we can make this enderman mad. Come on. Come get me. He keeps hiding behind the tree, so I can't make eye contact. We're not very close to our safe area, so I don't want to risk fighting the enderman out in the open. You really are trying to make this as difficult as possible, aren't you? Come get me. Die. No pearl again? We're on a really bad losing streak right now. Oh, donkey. If only I could enslave you and force you to carry all my stuff for me. We got enough leaves now, so we can finally finish this tree. And then I'll go ahead and add 1 more. I'm so proud of how this has turned out. Just a few trees make so much of a difference to this area. It just feels so much more alive and like it has a purpose for being here. We are also going to need a path to connect our main farm area to the tree cutting area. Even just from down here, that adds so much to the area because there's no longer just a flat hill. Our eyes now have something to latch onto. We've got a bit of a skyline going on. Our farm is paying off big time now. We may actually run out of storage for all of our sugarcane soon. I'm not going to lie. We'll of course do our daily feeding of the cows. Our village has actually disappeared. I wonder if he managed to escape or if he just got killed. I guess maybe he could have climbed up onto this block and then used this slab to get out. That's a possibility. I'm still not 100% happy with the path blocks that are in our, well, path. So I'm going to spend today replacing replacing them with coarse dirt. Even though it's not as textured, I think it's just going to look so much better. Plus, since grass can only grow over blocks that it's directly connected to, we can add some dirt in the middle for that extra texture that we're missing. Just like that. There we go. We'll do some more over here. We can't really do it on the edges because the only blocks we can do it on are right in the middle. Let's go ahead and place down a bunch of the flowers we collected and see how they make the place look. We'll also place a bunch around the tree too. I really like that actually. It feels like it gives the area a lot of character. We need more gravel for coarse dirt for the paths, so I'm just going to be shoveling this stuff all night most likely. Or at the very least until this little gravel pool we've got here runs out of gravel. We've gotten about a stack and a half of gravel out of this pool, and now the only way we're going to get it is by going into the lakes, which is going to be quite frustrating because we've got to dive underwater and then we got our slow mining speed, so we'll stick with what we've got for now. I'm glad we boxed the villagers in their homes because zombies seem to be showing up every single night to try and snack on them. Oh, remember that baby villager we trapped in here? He's a full-grown man now. His entire life, all he's known is solitary confinement. The breeding time on the cows might have already reset, so we should give that a try quickly. It looks like they're more than willing to get to work. We'll craft as much coarse dirt as we can, which is about 3 and a bit stacks. That's not bad. And this should be more than enough for us to connect the main farm with the tree chopping area up there. I'm really looking forward to having a diamond shovel because our current iron one is rather slow. Feels like I'm digging with one of those little plastic spoons you get from those tiny tubs of ice cream. I mean, sure, it works. It's just not very good. The path is going to be a little bit difficult because it's quite steep here, so it might look a bit unnatural. I'm using spruce slabs because they're really the only brown slab that we have available. I want this path to be a bit windy. I do love a windy path. I mean, if everything's all grid-like, it just becomes pretty boring. You gotta make it more natural. You gotta master the flow. I can hear a skeleton poking around below where we were shoveling dirt, and it's driving me insane. Oh, there we go. We found the source. It's all grass down here. That's really weird. Anyway, let's get rid of you, mister. We don't appreciate squatters in this area. No, we do not. The law always talks about squatters' rights, but what about squatters' wrongs? Why don't we start looking at those? He has led us to a fantastic few veins of coal, so I can't really complain about that. I would love to replace all the torches on our land with lanterns, but they're just so expensive since they cost basically 1 iron ingot per lantern. Once we have a max librarian villager, we should be able to buy lanterns off him. I don't love how the terrain randomly dips down here. We've got this mini crater, so I'm gonna fill that in. Do not fear though, dirt stockpiles are holding very strong at the moment. Once this pen gets full enough that the cows are crammed in and it starts violating animal rights, that's when we'll know that we've done a good job. They gobbled up 30 pieces of wheat. The horde is becoming untenable. They do not listen to me anymore. Right now, I'm not the biggest fan of how this path feels, and that doesn't really make a lot of sense, but what I mean is that people can use it, but they could also just jump up the side of the mountain. This isn't really a mountain, it's a hill, but you get my point. So in order to force people to actually use the path to access the tree chopping area, we're going to use a stone wall. This way, we can create a very clear separation between the path and the random hill beside it. We won't go right up to the edges of the path, just so that it doesn't feel super cramped, because if we did that, you can see how little space we have now. We'll give people the illusion of choice. They'll just not know that subconsciously their freedom is being taken away. They must use this path. Their brain will compel them to do it. You know, I don't know why I'm going on about this whole masterpiece plan when this is a single player world, but let's not focus on that. Of course, we've got to add our little bits and pieces with our slabs and walls. I'm just thinking back to how some of the mod packs I've played have a /teleport home command, and I am really missing that right now. We have to run everywhere like we're some kind of Olympic sprinter. The wall is now finished, and just look how much more complete this area feels now. And the thing is, even if you feel like you're bad at building, this isn't difficult to build. Just spam cobblestone and place some slabs and walls on top, and you've done it. It looks great. And you know what else is great? The fact that we've created so many generations of cows through mass breeding that now any normal cow could pass for its grandfather or grandmother. There are way too many shared genes in here. We are at the point now where we can actually start killing a few of them. We can finally get a return on our investment. We can also add another 7 leather to our stockpile, and that is bringing us closer to getting our max enchanting set up. I'm going to go ahead and place down the rest of our azure bluettes. And this area is starting to feel very colorful and full of life now, which I like. All of our steaks are done cooking. Let's enjoy our very first one. Let's do one last harvest of our farm, and then we'll head out on a little mining trip. We need to go to the nether so we can get blaze powder and get eyes of ender so we can actually fight and defeat the ender dragon, but I don't like going to the nether without a full set of diamond armor. If I'm in hardcore, that is. Some people may say that's way overkill, which is fair enough, but I just take way too much damage from hoglins whenever I encounter them, and I also never know when I'm about to get jumped by a piglin brute. Let's go ahead and craft all of this sugarcane into paper, and then we can start getting set up with some books. How many bookshelves does that make us? 5. Okay, not bad. I will make a specific enchanting table area, but we've done a lot of building, so for now it's just going to be this. I believe the max level enchantment we can get at the moment is 12. Since we're going on a mining trip, let's use the last of our diamonds to craft a replacement diamond pickaxe. And then let's see, can we get a good enchantment on this? Fortune 1, I'll happily take that. Plus we got efficiency 2 with it. It's a good job we're heading into the caves because the eardrum destroyers are back with a vengeance. We'll go ahead and make our way back down here. And we did not fully explore this tunnel, so this could lead into something, and it definitely is. I'll use our new diamond pickaxe for mining ores because it's got fortune on it, but I'll use our regular old diamond pickaxe for everything else because we may as well just use it until it breaks. We're mainly looking for diamonds here, but really any ore is fine. Apart from copper. No one likes copper. No one likes you. Plus, we can also grab ourselves extra ender pearls while we're down here. It's a win-win. You're not even carrying a cool grass block for us to steal. Just get out of here. You suck. Good riddance. He dropped us an ender pearl though, so I'll forgive him slightly. Oh, this cave's actually accessible from the outside. I didn't realize that. That could definitely be useful in the future. And I mean, really, I should stop messing about in the stone layer and just head deeper, because that's where we're going to find all the diamonds. Oh, no, 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 no. I have water. I have water. Oh my god, what am I doing? How am I this bad at the game? Holy lord. Okay. Well, that's definitely how you don't handle a situation. There were so many things I did wrong there, I can't even begin to list them. I don't know why I placed the water about 5 blocks away when I should have placed it right on myself to immediately turn the lava into cobblestone. And that would have also saved me burning to death. And then I also clambered back out and got hit by the zombie. That was a masterclass in flailing your arms around and nearly dying. I had a golden apple too. If I had died there, that would have been probably my worst hardcore death. Because I mean, sure, there's been scrapped videos where I've just been punched into next month by some random modded enemy. That hurts, but dying like that would have been way worse. We are approaching deep slate now, so we should be in diamond territory very soon. You actually have to be really careful in ravines when it comes to creepers. I'm not sure if any of you have ever had this experience. You probably have. I feel like it's pretty universal, where you're just minding your business and then a creeper plummets from the heavens and blows up. That's because, say you're under this ledge like this and a creeper's walking along up there. If his AI spots you and he walks off, as soon as he gets to about here, he's going to be within range for his fuse to start igniting, which means when he actually lands next to you, he's already had all that time to charge up, so you have almost no time to react. I knew we were getting into diamond territory. Cough him up. Let's see what we've got. Our fortune 1 might be able to come in handy here. I'm not sure though. We got 5 diamonds. I'm pretty sure there were 5 ores there. No, the ravine's going further up. We wanted to go deeper, not it's the opposite of deeper. Shallower, that's it. We're at a decent enough Y level, so I'm just going to mine in a straight line until we enter another cave. Also, if we're able to find the deep dark on this trip, that would be amazing, because then we can just use a hoe to destroy all of the skulk and get a ton of XP. This is definitely the final moment of our diamond pickaxe. It is not long for this world. I know we're on the hunt for diamonds here, but tough is such a good texture block, I would be a fool to not mine some of it. Our pickaxe literally has 1 durability. Goodbye, old friend. And now in with the new. We've got a stack and a bit of tough. That should tide us over quite nicely for now. As a matter of fact, this is the perfect time for a subscription checkpoint. If you're enjoying the video so far, please consider subscribing. The subscribe button even lights up when I say the word subscribe. You can rewind the video and check for yourself. Also, if you watch my videos and think that you're already subscribed, double check, because there's a weird glitch with YouTube right now where you get randomly unsubscribed, so you might think you're subscribed when you're actually not. I can hear a spider. Oh, okay, well, I've just mined directly into the cave somehow. Now, this could definitely get a bit dicey, because that's a cave spider, not a regular spider, so we do need to be careful here. Golden apple in the hotbar, steaks there as well, because they heal better. There's an abandoned mineshaft right here, and I'm fairly certain there's a cave spider spawner directly above us on this boardwalk. Let's backtrack a little bit and see if we can approach from a different angle. We can take out this skeleton, first of all. And, oh, okay, there's the spawner. Come on, let's get rid of you. Oh, they make a new sound when you break them. I didn't know that. And cobwebs actually have a new sound too. That's really cool. Oh, and there was actually a second spawner over here. Wow. This mineshaft actually presents a great opportunity because all those mineshaft chests we might be able to find, you know what they might contain. That's right, a saddle. Here's our first chest. Please. No, we did get a name tag at least. We're once again too high up for diamonds, but there's a lot of iron. I guess we better start mining redstone too, just so we can be prepared for the future. Is there anything through this nest of cobwebs, I wonder? No. Oh, yes, actually. Hold on. It's not a dead end. It is a zombie, so we'll kill him. We'll drop down, which could have been kind of dumb. And there's somehow even more spawners. We'll just let the creeper take care of that. Thank you. Lots of enemies in here, but we are going to get lots of XP from it, so I'm not complaining. There's also lots of lapis, which is lovely. Let's explore the mine shaft for a while, but we won't spend too much time here, because obviously we can't actually get diamonds at this level. There's our next chest right there. Oh, cave spider, get away from me. And the spawner's right here, so we can quickly delete that. Die, please. I hate you guys so much. Come on, chest. What you got for me? What you got for Papa? Do you have a saddle? No, but you do have 2 diamonds, so I'm not going to complain. I am more than happy with 2 diamonds. Plus, we have some glowberries, which we could use for some extra details at the base. You know, think hanging vines, glowing vines. That could be quite cool. This place is such a maze. Everywhere we go, there's just more and more corridors branching out into more corridors. We've got a pretty massive vein of gold here. Look at that. The thing is, I know exactly what's going to happen with this whole saddle business. We're going to get right up to almost being done with killing the Ender Dragon. Like, we're going to have the portal lit, ready to jump in and fight it. And that's when we find a random chest with a saddle inside. It's just pointless if we get the saddle later on, because we'll have the elytra, which is just infinitely better. Oh, hello, it's a regular big spider. This mineshaft has been very good to us, giving us loads of ores, but I think it's time we move on and see if we can find diamonds in the deeper caves. The only thing you're about to find, skeleton, is that my sword is rather sharp and painful. I've just realized our shield has no, there we go, it's no durability. It's gone. We actually need to craft a new one ASAP, because trying to fight without one is a nightmare. There was an enderman right, there we go, there he is. Let's make him mad. We'll get him here. You guys know the drill. Before we go any further, I actually am going to smelt up some iron so we can replace our shield. There we go. Balance has been restored to the universe. Oh my god! Oh, okay. Okay, I was zoned out for a second there. Oh my god. For just a few seconds there, I was completely zoned out. And then suddenly, it's like when you're dreaming and you suddenly start to wake up. I realized that there was a hissing and I just whipped around like that. That was all I could do, just turn around and pray. Thank God we crafted a new shield. The mobs in here really do not want us finding more diamonds. No, witch, do not splash me with poison. That is the last thing we need right now. Why are you chasing me, you weird old woman? Just go away. Does she not have anything better to do? The diamond well has all dried up. Where are they? Okay, well, I take back what I just said. 3 seconds later, there's more diamonds. And we got fortune, so I just saw 2 there. And I think there might actually be a zombie spawner behind this. Come on, make my day. Be a zombie spawner. They might actually be above, now that I think about it. We're gonna have to be a little bit more careful here, because we obviously don't want to dig straight up into a horde of zombies. Where are you guys? You're hiding from me. Oh, hello. There we go. We found them. I don't think it is a zombie spawner, actually. I think it's just 3 zombies that all spawn together. We've got Bob, Job, and Dob. That's their names. We've got some much narrower caves now, which I don't really mind because it means there's way less mobs, and there's also way more diamonds. And we just got a double from that too because of our fortune. Even though it's a 1 vein, that's fine. We're up to 17 diamonds now. I mean, while we're here, we may as well just immediately upgrade to a helmet and some boots. Oh, that feels better. Full diamond armor. And we're absolutely going to make ourselves a diamond axe now. Finally, we can chop trees a bit faster. I'll explore a bit deeper into these caves just to see if we can find any extra diamonds, but then we'll head back. Looks like the caves are opening up again, which is honestly not really ideal. Go on, spider, just try to harm me. I have full diamond armor now. Skeletons, zombies, and creepers are still a problem, but spiders, at this point, they're a joke. Now as karma, Minecraft is going to punish me and make me lose this hardcore world to a spider. I'm going to remember that. Any final diamonds hiding away? Doesn't really look like it. That is absolutely fine by me, though. Let's make our way back home. We're back at the abandoned mineshaft now, which means we're on the right track. And then we did emerge from here. No, baby zombie. Oh, that's annoying. I did not want you in here. So now we just whack our head on the ceiling 50 times, running all the way back. And that then takes us back to this ravine where we nearly died. And there should be daylight around the corner there. Looks like the skeleton wants to stop us from leaving, but we're so close now. Freedom! And look at that. This crevice is right next to the village. That is going to be very useful whenever we want to re-enter the mines. Let's go ahead and offload everything first of all. And we've actually got quite the stash of raw iron and raw gold, so we'll smelt all of that up. We're also up to 4 ender pearls now. I'd say we need about 15 to be comfortable trying to find the stronghold and have enough eyes left over to actually fill the portal. And even though it's the middle of the night, there's always plenty of time to breed the cows again. 37 wheat may not actually be enough. I also don't want to die via entity cramming. That could definitely happen if we get a bit too careless. We'll just wade through the sea of cows and spam click wheat. Breed, yes, make more. I think I may have taken this slightly too far, and also the phantoms are back. Quick quickly, I must retire to my chambers. Honestly, dying a fiery, blazing death isn't enough for phantoms. I think they deserve worse. I don't know how many cows we have, but I know it's more than 2, so it must be a big number. Let's collect up some wheat. Don't look at me like that, man. Yep, that's right. Just look away. I'm sorry. I'm not actually sure what the leather drop rate is per cow. We are sometimes getting more than 1, which is great. Hi, all of you. This is so satisfying. I don't want to deprive us entirely of cows, but I do also want to collect a decent amount of leather. I'd say the herd has been successfully thinned. We should have enough for all the bookshelves now. And we also got an entire stack of raw beef, so we are going to be well fed for a very long time. We're getting a lot of wheat seeds too, so we may need to expand our wheat production, because right now we don't have enough to feed all the cows. Collecting all that sugarcane is paid off because we can now craft a ton of books. And then making that tree farm paid off too, because we have all of the logs we need to make all of the bookshelves we need. Boom, there we go. Very nice. And yeah, because we've already got 5 bookshelves now, so this is the remaining 10. That actually worked out so perfectly. Now we are only level 29, but hopefully with all of our iron and gold smelting, that might push us up to level 30. Let's see. Oh, we're literally 1 XP point away now. And all of this iron is going to get us well over the line. Before we enchant, we do need to make ourselves a grindstone. Since we only have enough levels to afford 1 level 30 enchantment, I'm thinking we just go for something simple and get protection 4 on our chest plate. We'll grindstone it first. Right, let's see. Prot 3. Okay, let's check our leggings. Prot 4. I'm breaking 3. I don't love that. Aqua affinity on the helmet. What about the boots? Can we get Prot 4 on the boots? No, it's blast protection. I've just seen we can get infinity on a bow. Let's go for that instead. Although in order to maximize its effectiveness, let's make sure we use it on a brand new bow. Boom, there we go. It's only infinity. That's kind of unfortunate, but it does mean now we never have to worry about arrows. And of course, now we get Prot 4 on the chest plate. That's fine. I'll just settle for Prot 3 instead. And that comes with Unbreaking 3. Lovely. Beggars can't be choosers, so we are going to have to settle for some of the less useful enchantments here. We can't get protection 4. I'm not the biggest fan of projectile protection, but they do have feather falling 2 for the lowest enchantment, so let's grab that. Just because full damage is actually really deadly in Minecraft, so having protection against that makes me feel a lot safer. Especially since we're going to the nether, where there's just wild terrain everywhere. Prot 3 on the level 2 enchantment. Don't mind if we do. And that comes with Unbreaking 3 again. Bane of Arthropods on the sword. Are you serious? I don't want that. There we go. Sharp 2. That's a little bit better. And we're 1 level short of getting Prot 3 on the leggings. We've got to go grind quickly. Actually, some of our iron is still smelting. We might be able to level up just from that. There's our gold. And yeah, we're already level 17. Boom! Prot 3 on the leggings as well. Even though we only had 30 levels to work with, I'd say we ended up with a really decent set of gear. We've got Prot 3 on 3 pieces, plus Feather Falling 2 on the boots. I'll take that any day. The tools we didn't get quite so lucky with, only getting Sharpness 2 on our sword, and only getting Infinity on our bow. However, I do feel that we're sufficiently geared now to take on the nether. Before we go, I'm going to make sure to leave my water bucket behind. I always end up bringing these into the nether. We will grab our boat in case we need to get off any high ledges. And we're also bringing plenty of gold, because one of the first things we're going to do is trade with a piglin so we can get a fire resistance potion. I've been thinking it would be really cool if we repaired this giant nether portal that's just chilling in our backyard. It does actually come with some bonus obsidian as well, just in case we don't have enough to finish it. First, we've got to replace all of this crying obsidian. This thing is just stupid big. Who needs this big of a nether portal? I mean, are they trying to fit 50 Amazon delivery trucks right through? Is that what this is for? I think we're going to be 1 short here. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just take from this handy obsidian pile just like so. And there we go. The portal has been repaired. I do see that gold block up there, but I can't really be bothered to take it right now. Let's all collectively pray for a good nether spawn. Let's see. Okay, Soul Sand Valley. Relatively chill. Let's get a good lay of the land here, see what we're working with. Although we may as well boat trap this Enderman. There we go. We can grab ourselves a free pearl. Just die. There we go. And we've actually spawned right next to a bastion. And it's a treasure bastion too. That is insane. We're about to get the easiest netherite upgrade of our entire lives. Although I say easy, we're still going to have to be really careful. I do like how there's a bunch of these fossils here. That means we can get basically unlimited bone meal. Even in literal hell, I can't escape you guys, which makes sense as to why you're here, actually. This all seems straightforward enough so far. Although I'm sure that soon it's about to get ugly. The sounds of the piglin broods grunting is terrifying. Let's make sure to cut off the stairway so they can't chase us up. And then I think our best bet is just to try and antagonize everyone. This feels so sketchy. Okay, there we go. This is good enough. Now we can attack everyone, and they are very mad. I've just seen one of them has a crossbow, so I am not going any further out onto this bridge. Although, actually, we could build a little defensive wall. There we go. Now we're covered, and we can snipe this one. Well, it's less sniping and more just repeatedly firing arrows directly into his body from close range until he dies. Everyone else should be through here. Come on, everyone. Come out and play. ready. Let's bow spam them to death. These guys are chunky. They take so many arrows to die. I can't hear any more piglins, but that doesn't mean that it's not incredibly dangerous still. There could definitely be some stragglers on the lower level that we're just not aware of yet. Oh, diamond pickaxe with mending. That's a beautiful start. And we've got a netherite upgrade. I thought you could only find those in the bottom of the treasure bastion. Plus, we have a golden apple too. That is some amazing loot. Of course, then we have this big double chest here, which isn't so good, but we do still have another netherite upgrade and another golden apple, actually. Never mind. There is these fellows over here, so let's just snipe them. Although when it comes to the big blocky part of the treasure bastions, I don't go in through the top. I usually mine right to the bottom and then make all the piglins mad, and they all run straight into the lava. So let's go ahead and make use of that technique right here. I could boat to the bottom right now, but we're gonna have to go right back up at the end, so it's good that we have this staircase here. After this little excursion of looting and murdering, we do need to find ourselves a nether fortress. That's where we're gonna get all the glorious blaze powder we need, plus nether warts. We should be getting close to the bottom now. Let's have a look. I actually can't tell how close we are. Oh, hold on. There we go. We've actually hit the bottom, which means then... Oh, no, that's not where I want to mine in. Wait, we're actually nowhere near the bottom. What was I thinking? It's because we mined right to the edge of the actual bastion, but not to the bottom. I get it now. That really threw me for a loop for a second. I had no idea what was going on. Up was down and down was up. My life had never felt more confusing. Right, just a little bit to go. We can already see that treasure trove of gold blocks and some guy's legs. I bet you have really hairy legs too. You look like a gorilla was transplanted onto a pig. I don't know why I felt the need to insult him there, but just know that he deserved it. Here we go. This is the exact angle I wanted. Now we can start taking pot shots if this magma cube will get out of the way. Although it seems like the piglins aren't aggroing. We might need to go out into the open for them all to actually register that we're here. And that's a bit of a problem because there's a magma cube spawner and several brutes above us. Let's go ahead and very, very painstakingly construct a tunnel. Oh, well, this guy's got the right idea. And there we go. Some of them are falling in now. Don't worry, my friend. I'm just here to steal all of your gold, and you are making it as easy as possible for me to do so. We're almost close enough to take out that magma spawner now. Oh, no, do not knock me into the lava. Do not knock me into the lava. Ow, ow, not where I want to be. Nope, no thank you. Let's get rid of you. Come on, there we go. Fire ticks you for so long in the nether. As long as we stand on this little platform like this, we shouldn't be able to get attacked. We'll slowly move in, nice and easy. Then we'll break a gold block. And no one gets mad. Okay. I thought that was going to aggro them. And then I guess we just open the chest for free with 2 netherite ingots. Are you serious? That's probably the best bastion loot I've ever received. I don't think there's going to be a second chest, but with that kind of loot, who cares? Let's thank our lucky stars, mine up all these gold blocks, and get out of here. We could trade with piglins, but that is not a risk I'm willing to take right now. We'll do that outside the bastion. That is the most successful heist of my entire life. Are you kidding me? 3 netherite upgrades, ancient debris, and 2 netherite ingots? That is absolutely gorgeous. I would like to get out of this Soul Sand Valley sometime soon because moving this slow is very annoying. You know what, guys? Can you mind your business for once? Has that ever occurred to you? No, didn't think so. I'm gonna get you this time. That's it. No, that's not it. Never mind. Come on, that's it. That's it. That's it. Come on. That's all you've been reduced to now. Some little experience orbs and a piece of gunpowder. I'm doubling back on myself here. What am I doing? You can see our portal right there. There's just not really any direction that looks like a good idea to go in. Try heading this way and see what we can find. I'm so tempted to hit the zombie piglin. The urge has never been greater. You know what? I'm doing it. I don't care. I have to. It's just way too tempting. We give you a little poke. Look at them all go. Boom, boom. We just pillar up like, uh-oh. No, no good. Not good. Not good. Not what I wanted to do. No, thank you. Oh my god, there's a horde after us. Oh my days. Okay, now I'll pillar up correctly this time. There we go. That is a pit of death. Just look at that. I'm going to expand this out a bit because I really do not want to get knocked off by some random piglin with a crossbow. We should be reasonably protected now. This is all going to be worth it for the XP we'll get at the end. Die, all of you. Our sword is probably going to take a bit of a beating from this. I think we're almost down to the single digits now. There we go. The horde has been massacred. This is the last one standing. You know, we got to kill him with a 360. Oh, and I actually landed it as well. You know, we actually didn't get nearly as much XP as I thought we would for that. Please say we're chill now, guys. I didn't mean to massacre 20, 30, however many of you I just killed. Looks like everyone's chill again. Lovely. We're not going to go that way because that's a basalt delta. Ew. We will need these brown mushrooms for fermented spider eyes later to craft weakness potions to kill villagers with. And now let's carefully make our way around this pit. Oh, that's not scary at all. Then over this even worse ravine. And I believe we're actually way too high up for another fortress right now, so we got to keep that in mind and try find a place to drop down. Big old mushroom patch here, exactly what the doctor ordered. And no, wait, I thought that was already another fortress. I was going to say say, I'm getting way too lucky. Just imagine the bastion with all that netherite, and then within 5 minutes, boom, nether fortress. I swear though, every time I get an insanely lucky god nether portal that just puts me directly inside a nether fortress, it's always in some random creative world or survival test world. It's never usually in actual playthroughs. Do any of you guys ever get that, where you get so lucky that it just loops back around to being unlucky because you didn't want to get lucky at that point? Also, why have I just got that achievement? I haven't distracted any piglins with any gold. I've just been throwing out blackstone. Not even gilded blackstone either, I don't think. The only explanation I can think of that is that a piglin burned to death while carrying a gold item, and then another piglin found it and picked it up. What a weird thing to happen. That has never happened to me before. Oh, we're getting right back into the basalt delta here. There's also another ghast once again, so we'll just kill him. I've got a bow, actually. Why do I keep trying to hit the fireballs back? We'll just do that. Die, please. He doesn't seem to be getting the memo. There we go. Let's boat off here and see if we can head this way. There is actually a whole lot of quartz. I could mine a bit of this so we can get our XP levels up. Although I'm confident we can beat the Ender Dragon with the gear we have right now. And after beating it, we'll get all of that XP plus all the End City loot. So I don't want to try too hard to max out our gear right now. The main thing I can think of is getting power 5 on our bow to make the dragon fight a bit easier. And I guess a sharpness sword wouldn't go amiss either. I've been putting our diamond pickaxes through their paces in this playthrough. Our second one's already almost broken. Now we have got ourselves a crimson forest here, so we're going to have to be very careful because, as I said before, hoglins are very, very deadly. Yep, there we go. We've already been greeted by 2 at the very start. It's because their hitbox is pretty weird, so you have to get very close in order to actually hit them. And that, of course, means they can just hit you back right away. We've come prepared, though, which means we should be completely fine. There's another bastion there. I just want to focus on finding the nether fortress for now, because that's not a treasure bastion, which means our loot will be nowhere near as good as what it was in the last bastion. It's just not really worth the effort. We've actually got 2 piglins right here, so let's make a pit stop and trade with them. No, don't draw your crossbow. There's gold right there. I've just showered you in money and you're still trying to attack. Are you that dumb? Oh, there we go. That changed your mind. Let's box them in just to make our lives easier. Oh, there's our first fire resistance potion. I'll collect it in a minute because I don't want to let these guys out of their pen. And we just got our second fire resistance potion right there. That's enough for me. I don't need to trade for these guys for ender pearls because realistically we can just kill endermen to get them. Sorry everyone, markets are closed. No more trading. We're going to be keeping this fire resistance potion in our hotbar at all times. There's more soul sand valley over here. I almost thought this was a basalt delta first. That was going to suck. Thankfully though, I was mistaken. Has anyone seen a nether fortress around here? I think I lost mine. Lost nether fortress? Can you show me to the lost and found, please? Nope, you're just going to try and show me to the afterlife. Sure. We're already in hell, buddy. That doesn't work here. That actually poses a good question. Do you think if your Minecraft character dies in the nether, their soul gets trapped in the nether? Actually, yeah, it would, because we're standing on literal soul sand. And if you look closely at the texture of soul sand, it's actually screaming faces. Isn't that lovely? I wasn't even fighting that skeleton, and I'm pretty sure he's actually just slipped off and died. I wasn't even involved, and he still found a way to lose the fight. There has got to be a fortress around here somewhere, surely. We have got some more quartz here that we can mine. There's just nothing here. How long do you guys think it should take on average to find a nether fortress? Like, what's a reasonable amount of time to find one in? Me, personally, I think up to 30 minutes is fine. Anything past that is an absolute travesty. I don't want another bastion. It's a bridge bastion, too, and it's basically the only way to continue heading through the nether in this direction, so we might just have to rush through. Although, I think that's a dead end over there, so let's just go this way instead. I just want to find another fortress, and then I'll be on my way, Minecraft. It is not that deep. The only way we can really go is into this basalt delta. No, you don't. Get out of here. Die, please. Thank you. We are back on solid ground again, which is nice. Do nether fortresses even still exist in this game, or was one of their new drop updates? Was that one of the ones where they just stealth remove them? Come on, I'm going to climb over this hill, and that's where we're going to spot another fortress. No, we're not. Oh, finally! Okay, maybe that was a bit accurate, because we climbed over that hill there, and there's our nether fortress. No, Ghast, you're not ruining this for me, not when I'm so close. Unluckily for you, I have an infinity bow, so you're just immediately dead. Right, here we are at the terrible fortress. And of course, we're being greeted by a whole load of wither skeletons already. And he dropped his head. What? Are you serious? First try wither skull? That is ridiculous. We do have to be careful here because we are actually taking a pretty significant amount of damage from these guys. There we go. I see the blaze spawner. Let's just mine our way up here. Nice and simple. This is one of the biggest nether fortresses I've ever seen. It's absolutely massive. We've got some nether warp rooms in here, which is exactly what we needed to find, plus our very first blaze. Please just die nice and quickly. Thank you. We may as well collect every single piece that we can, just so we have a stockpile for later. This skeleton tried to fire an arrow at us. He missed and hit a zombie piglin, and he's just been mauled to death. That is always very entertaining to watch. Since we have 2 fire resistance potions and we're going to be trying to collect blaze rods here, we may as well drink one now. Plus that frees up an inventory slot, so now we can finally have a space for all those blaze rods we're going to collect. At minimum, we're going to want at least 10 here. We've actually reached level 30 now. I think we might need to enchant a new diamond sword because our current one's already only half durability. Come on, spawner, hurry up. There we go. Finally, I was going to say I've been waiting there for about a solid minute. And no blaze rod. Thank you, Blaze. And by that I mean no thank you. You know, it's weird. I break into the Blaze's home. I then attack them unprovoked with a sword and kill them. And then they don't even have the decency to drop their own body parts. I think we've killed maybe 20. We've only got 6 blaze rods so far. That's just unacceptable if you ask me. Can I get a blaze rod, please? No. Can I get one? Yes, I can. See, that was a polite Blaze. He accepted he was being killed and he said, oh, no worries, sir. Here you go. Have a blaze rod. It's just a piece of me. You're killing me anyway, so I might as well drop it. No! That's the other painful part of farming blaze rods, when they fly right over the edge like this, and then you just know that the blaze rod's going to drop straight into the lava below. Rather conveniently, there's a warped forest right next to this fortress, so we'll head right into there after this and farm up the ender pearls that we need. If both of you drop a rod right now, we can leave. That's one. Oh, and even more is spawning now. We're basically guaranteed to get it, although we're also almost guaranteed to die if I stay there. Might need to gapple up if this gets too dicey. Where's the blaze rod? Come on! I've killed so many of you. Oh, we just got it. Never mind. Now, I would bridge across here, but something's telling me that wouldn't go too well. If we head up top here, we can probably make our way round and then boat down. Just gotta shimmy around the edge here. Nice and easy. Oh my god. They're rising up to try and fight us. What is this? Go away. Please, just let me migrate to the warped forest in peace. You absolute savages. Okay, we're almost there now. Should just be able to mine over. We've got a bit of cover here too. See, he doesn't know it yet, but this Enderman's actually experiencing his final moments. I hope he's enjoying himself. Right, down we go. Let's not die, thank you. We just got hot tourist destinations, which has given us some extra XP. Very nice. The reason I was freaking out with the boat there is that if you fall from 51 or 49 blocks while in a boat, it just breaks and then you die full damage. We'll just go ahead and boat trap a bunch of Endermen. This should be rather easy. Do you mind if I just kill you all? Nope, you don't mind? That's wonderful. Look, this one just walked over to be killed. He strolled up to the boat and said, yep, put me in, chief. You're gonna give me ender pearls, right? Yes, you are. Don't run away. This is your fate. Come here. There we go. He's standing still now. He's at peace with himself. Yep, just look out that way. Make sure you have some happy memories as you die. Well, no, don't look at me. That just makes this way more awkward. It's times like these where I pray we had a looting weapon, because we have only got 2 ender pearls so far. Look at that. I didn't even mean to do that, but I'm just suffocating him. This feels slightly cruel because all the purple particles are him trying to teleport away, so I'll put him out of his misery. Oh yeah, what a great idea to attack me with a crossbow when you're standing right next to a fiery pit of death. That's just a genius idea, man. Let me know how it goes. We can kill these guys the old-fashioned way since they're standing right up against a wall. Look at this, 3 for the work of 1. You know, I think one day for an April Fool's update, Mojang should make it so that Endermen can just crouch down and then they'll run through these little 2-block gaps. I mean, sure, it would scare a lot of people, but it'd be really funny. I'm gonna fight you out in the open because I don't care. There we go. I mean, we don't really need to boat trap these guys in order to win. We have good enough armor now. It's just so they stop teleporting and running around everywhere. Because it actually turns out in their final moments, people tend to freak out a lot, which is just really inefficient. If they could stop being so emotional, that would be lovely. Pearl, please. Thank you very much. We're up to 8 pearls. We should be out of here soon. The only thing is, I don't actually remember how many we have at home. I don't know if it's 2 or 3. I'll go for 13. That seems like the smartest idea. You might be lucky 13 right here. Come on, give me the pearl. Don't kill me though. That's bad manners. Please. Face me, coward. Come here. Have you no courage? No willpower? That's because I've broken you completely. Now give me the pearl and get on with your miserable life. You didn't drop me the pearl. Hello? Can I just have one more Enderman, please? That's all I need. Great hiding spot, man. Oh, I wonder where he is. I really thought he could blend in by standing next to this tree trunk. And he's gone back to his spot now. He's like, it'll get him the second time. Yeah, no, it won't. Just come here. Die. You're not knocking me into the lava. You did drop a pearl. Thank you very much. Right, in chat, those are the coordinates of our nether portal. That's where we need to get to. We'll start off with the X coordinate first. We need to head about 300 blocks in this direction. We do have to mine through a wall here, and since it takes so long to mine this basalt, we're just going to use a trapdoor to put us like this. And then for every block that we want to travel, we just have to mine 1 block instead of 2. In regards to our X coordinate, we're now dead on. But in regards to our Z coordinate, we now need to head 1,000 blocks in this direction. Also, our old diamond pickaxe just broke. We're now going to be switching to the mending diamond pickaxe, which can't insta-mine netherrack. So you know what? We're going to go back to doing the trapdoor method. Make me a dolphin. There we go. Look at me swimming so gloriously. That's the whole song. You're welcome. Thankfully, everything does open up here, but I'm not sure if it's for better or worse. It's like the world's most deadly parkour course of all time. If you fail at this, you don't get another try. You just straight up plummet to your death. That's that. Then we just boat off again so we can connect to this. We're about 800 blocks off now. Oh, here we go. We've been through here before. That means we now have the luxury of using our own bridges to cross these gaps rather than having to make more. And we've even got these fun little netherrack parkour courses. You know what? Your existence is so pointless. I'm not even going to give you the luxury of fighting me. You're not going to get to say that you had a battle with a legendary Minecraft player. Nope, I'm just going to build directly over you. That's how pointless you are. Why try and defeat your enemies physically when you can just ruin them psychologically? We have hit a bit of a roadblock here because this bastion is directly in our way. While this place is swarming with piglins, I definitely wouldn't mind checking if those big chests up top have any ancient debris for us. Plus, we have an infinity bow, so it doesn't really matter how tanky the piglin broods are. Large health pools are meaningless in the face of unlimited ammo. I love how they're just going about their days as their comrades die inexplicably next to them. Oh, no, this one's caught on. See, now they're all mad. They're like, no, that was my best friend. Pig name. That was my best friend, John the Pig, and now he's dead. See, after Peppa Pig got cancelled, the family was just never the same. Especially the dad pig. He's looking a bit worse for wear. Okay, what have we got up here? A 3 diamond shovel. I'll take it. As well as some extra iron. And this chest has a diamond pickaxe, which is Curse of Vanishing, so I don't really want it, even though we are in hardcore mode. I just never like having cursed items. It annoys me. We're only about 400 blocks off from our portal now, which means it's time for more netherrack swimming. You know, I was making jokes about cave diving earlier. This is the real cave diving experience. Imagine we finally make it to the coordinates, and I realized that one of the coordinates we should have had was a negative instead of a positive. It's gonna be fine. I know what I'm doing, guys. Oh, look at that. And we're in a Soul Sand Valley. That's exactly where we need to be. And there's the bastion. Yes! Thank the Lord. I never had any doubt in my mind whatsoever. None at all. Skeletons, are you really gonna try and stop me from going into the portal right now? Are you serious? And I think one just went through. He thinks he's escaped the nether, but he is very, very wrong. And phantoms have shown up too, which unironically is exactly what we need right now. We need to kill a few of them so we can get some phantom membrane to make slow falling potions. Also, that skeleton's already dead. There we go. That's what we need. Get away from me, you disgusting creature. Home sweet home at last. I am actually just going to sleep so we can get those phantoms off of our back. And now, of course, we've got to organize everything. Oh, we actually had 4 ender pearls at home, which means we're going to have 17 total. Let's craft ourselves up a brewing stand. And that can just go right there. But then we actually need to go ahead and collect some glass for sand so we can turn that into bottles. We're going to want some extra glass for the future where we make windows and all that kind of thing. So I'll collect more sand than we actually need right now. This guy actually owns that one farm that we stole all the logs from. That had to be a very confusing morning for him. He's waking up, going to work, and his farm's still intact, but all the logs from around it have just been stolen. Lifted away in the night by some phantom thief. Look, the bees are out pollinating the flowers. That's adorable. While we wait for all of our sand to smelt into glass, we're going to enchant ourselves a new bow and a new diamond sword. Now, do I gamble on Unbreaking 3? That's a trick question. Of course I do. And we get Sharp 3 too. That is perfect. And then, of course, it would be rather unwise to gamble on Unbreaking 3 again, which is why that's exactly what I'm doing. And it worked again. Let's go. We do actually have enough levels for one more level 30 enchantment. And Punch 2, yeah, I'll take that. And we get Power 4. That's amazing. We're going to have a Power 5 Unbreaking 3 Infinity Bow. We just got to first whip ourselves up an anvil. Boom, just like that. We definitely need to move out soon. This place is becoming very cramped. And thus, the orbital missile launcher has been created. First, we need to use nether wart on these bottles to turn them into awkward potions. And then we simply add this piece of phantom membrane to make slow falling. Let's also make all of the eyes of ender that we'll need. And finally, we'll add a piece of redstone to these potions to extend their duration. And now that those are done, all that's remaining is for us to collect a bunch of blocks. I've also just realized I forgot to actually put infinity on our bow. Whoops. We do have a bunch of blocks in our chest, but I want to save all these stone blocks for our creeper farm. We have a bunch of bone blocks now, so we can just bone meal all of our spruce saplings. The reason why the creeper farm needs to be specifically built out of stone blocks is because it's going to be out in the open. If we built it out of wood and it got hit by a lightning strike, well, that's game over. The whole thing's burning down. Before we head out, we may as well go ahead and breed the cows once again. No, what are you doing in the farm? Go away. We may as well test out the orbital missile launcher on his face. It works pretty well. That's my conclusion. Gotta Gotta give the creeper props, though. He walked unflinchingly towards certain death. I think there's actually going to be enough food to go around for these cows for once, which is somewhat of a miracle. Look at this. A whole 55 wheat for these hungry mouths. There's still this one sheep in here pretending he's a cow. You can just about see him. He thinks he's on the team. You're not. Anyway, let's go ahead and collect some more delicious steak. 26 extra should be plenty. We'll actually go ahead and take what little gunpowder we have and craft it into rockets so that as soon as we get the elytra in the end, we can start flying with it. I can't really be bothered to wait for another 17 steak to cook, so let's just get out of here. I'm gonna guess that the stronghold's this way. Don't ask why, I just have a feeling. I was actually right. What? No way. Let us set forth, my compatriots, and we shall slay this foul beast. Oh, there's actually a dark oak biome near to us. That's amazing. Plus, there's actually an old growth spruce biome too. These are one of the rarest biomes in the game, I'm pretty sure. That is actually such a great find, though, now that we have a reliable source of dark oak wood. I was thinking we were just going to have to meander around later until we found some. Let's see. Okay, the stronghold is still this way. According to the eyes, it's further this way, so we just got to keep heading in this direction. Apparently, it's still this way. There's actually a really wide range of biomes near to our house. We've got a snowy tiger over there. We have got what looks like icebergs up ahead. I'd rather not search for the stronghold over open ocean because it gets really annoying trying to pick up the eyes of Ender after you throw them. Looks like we are going to get to ride on the ice lake though, which is always a good time. Look at this raw speed. Have you ever seen anything? Oh, and I've crashed. As I was saying, look at this raw speed. Have you ever seen anything like this in your entire life? Probably, to be honest. Oh, but these spiders definitely haven't. They're just clueless. Is it still this way? No, it's not. We've actually gone past it, which means then that the stronghold should be around here, if I had to guess. There's actually a pretty big village up there, but we don't need to explore that right now. Now it's back this way again. We're really close. Yep, there we go. We've pinpointed it. It's right here. We just need to quickly box ourselves in so we can actually mine for it in peace. I have actually realized I forgot to bring any torches, so hopefully it's not too dark down here. I don't actually know if strongholds can spawn in the deep slate layers, so we may have overshot it. Oh, no, never mind. It can spawn in the deep slate layer, apparently. I'm going to go ahead and pinch this torch from here so we can actually see what we're doing. Oh, it turns out I was just having a bit of a brain fart because, yeah, we have plenty of torches. What was I on about? If this chest has a saddle, I swear. Okay, no, it doesn't. Well, we found the library. Any good books? Sharp 3, efficiency 3. Those are okay. Plus, we do have the eye armor trim. Why is that open? No, that's not happening. No, thank you. We've got flame. That's the main book I want from that. And power 4, prot 3, efficiency 4. Nice. Doesn't look like there's any way out of here, so we have actually reached the first dead end. But then this just connects to an abandoned mine shaft, so that's not where we need to go either. Let's see. Can we head up here? No. Wait, but there is this random button here? What is the point of that? Well, it's just the button for this iron door, which is weirdly spawned behind a wall. Strange, but then that just leads us straight to the portal. What is going on? That is the weirdest stronghold I've ever been in. And it's a 3-eye portal too. That's pretty rare. Well, I'm not going to stand around here talking your ear off. Let's activate this portal and slay that dragon. Everything we need is in our hotbar. We've got our slow falling, our bow, our sword. We're ready to go. Let's do this. Let's bridge across right here. Then we'll build up. There's that dragon. We'll start off by sniping the pillars that are lowest down. Can that land? There we go. Then there's that one. And then that one. Ah, I missed. Come on. There we go. Then we should be able to nail that one up there. Yes. And then this one. Nope, I missed. This would be a lot cooler if I could actually land these. There we go. That's that one gone. We have to be ready at any moment for the dragon to knock us off and for us to drink our slow falling. We'll take out you, then you, then you. I missed. Then you. Nope. How does that miss? I don't understand. Then you. Go. Go away. How am I still missing that? Finally, I got it. There we go. And now all that we've got left are the ones in cages, which are thankfully some of the lowest pillars here. Oh, we got to be careful. The dragon's breath does a whole 2.5 hearts of damage to us. There's water down there, so let's just jump into it. Oh my god. Let's not die of full damage while we have slow falling potions in our inventory. That would just be next level embarrassing. That's one cage crystal. And this has got to be the most pathetic pillar I've ever seen. In fact, what is even the point of that cage up there? I'm pretty sure if I aim this right, we can just snipe it without even having to pillar up. Yep, I got it. I got it first try. And now all that's left is to just bow spam the dragon until she dies. Hey, what have I done? What did I ever do to you? Now you're getting comboed. Look at you. Right, I've got to start landing some shots so I can actually do damage. That's usually how this fight works. I'm actually missing everything. This is pathetic. Now we're talking. Now we're getting some hits. That's a bit more like it. I do always love how the Ender Dragon can make her own Endermen mad mad at her. Oh, and then they just get mad at me for pointing that out. Alright, sorry. Yeah, that's what I thought. That man was a Division 1 bum. He spent his entire time chasing the dragon around, then as soon as I spoke bad about him, he came over and tried to fight me. And then he folded to a single hit. We're finally getting a purge, so we should be able to put down a ton of damage here. Come on, we're slowly chipping her down here. Going for axe crits might be better, actually. That might do more damage. The dragon's down to about a quarter of her health here, so we could finish it off with the next few bow shots. Oh yes, fly in a nice straight line. That's perfect. It is over for you, I'm afraid. Don't worry, you had a good run. Enjoy your retirement. Now that does look a little bit painful. You might want to go see a doctor about that. You know, my body usually doesn't turn into a bunch of atoms and then disintegrate, but what do I know? Oh yes, all of this glorious XP. I always love running through this. We're gonna reach level 67. Yeah, 67 is gonna be our final level. Okay, Dragon Egg, please do not fall directly through the portal. Thank you. We're now free to explore the outer end. The gateway's actually spawned over Endstone. That's a rather nice change. Usually it's miles out in the void and it's always really sketchy bridging to it. Mind you though, this is one of the stranger end islands that I've seen. The main pillars and all that are over there, and then we've got this massive empty barren area here. Usually all that stuff's a bit more central. Anyway, through we go. And I'm actually going to crank the render distance up to max just so it's easier to find a city. It doesn't make the game particularly laggy while we're in the end, since there's not a lot here apart from Endstone and Endermen. Let's just go ahead and pearl over this because I do not want to build bridges. I really hope that's worked. Oh my god. That was a horrible throw. Good lord, I need to work on my aim. I promise you guys, I'm not getting into these near-death experiences just to do a classic Minecraft YouTuber overreaction. I genuinely am just a moron. You know, as I threw that pearl, I started thinking, man, I really didn't line that up very well, did I? And then I started thinking, oh no, please do not mess this up. In my mind, it went from, oh, I'm probably going to be quite close to the edge to, I could actually die here. And actually, what I should have done, because I wasn't sure there, would have been just to jump off the edge and throw a pearl up in the air, so that if my first throw was inaccurate, the second pearl would have landed back on solid ground. But it's just kind of one of those moments where time starts to slow down and you're not thinking properly, and then boom, it all just happens. We still have no sign of a city so far, which is pretty rough. And then we reach a huge natural chasm like this, and we just have to bridge all the way across it. I'm very glad we just went straight across and bridged instead of trying to go the long way around, because look what we've just found. If we didn't have max render distance on, I don't think we would have found that. That's so far away. I'm glad we brought along wood as our bridging block of choice, because it means as soon as we kill 2 shulkers, we can craft a chest and then turn that into a shulker box. And then we can use that to store any loot that we find while we're out here in the end. Anyway, let's go ahead and make our way across. If that pearl fails, it was nice knowing you. And there's a gateway right next to the city. Could this be any better? And then on top of that, the ship is so incredibly close to the ground, we can actually just pillar up and immediately collect the elytra. And there's another city right next to it. This is just a random seed, but if you guys want to try this world out for yourself, I will put the seed in the description. Yes, hello shulker. I know you're going to try and make me levitate. Our structure luck has been really good, but our mob drop luck has been terrible. Both those shulkers didn't drop shells. None of those blazes were dropping blaze rods earlier. It's all good though, because this lone guard right here is going to drop us a shell. Yes, he will. There's our elytra. Lovely stuff. And we've got prop 4 mending boots in the chest. I will go ahead and grab this pair too, since they have depth strider 3. And then this chest just has a bunch of diamonds. Lovely. Plus an aqua affinity helmet. Looting this city should be rather easy, considering we can fly now. We have got some chests at the top of here. And first, let's actually go ahead and kill this shulker, just so we can make ourselves a shulker box. Or maybe we won't, because he won't drop us a shell. And now we're levitating, and we'll probably be stuck on the ceiling for a considerable amount of time. Nothing really in this chest, and nothing really in this one either. Oh, there we go. There's our shulker shell. I just saw him drop one. All we need to do is drop down like that, and we have actually picked the shell up. Let's just go all the way back down like this so we can craft it up in a quiet moment. Now we actually have somewhere where we can store all of our end city loot. I've just realized these prop 4 boots are actually way better than our current ones, so let's get those swapped on. Now then, let's go ahead and see what these towers have for us. Okay, it doesn't look like there's going to be anything at the top of this one. We can still go ahead and check this building. I think there might be chests in here. No. Come on, man. Where's the rest of the loot? And there's no chests in here either. Okay, so this end city didn't have the best loot, but it did give us the elytra, so I'm not complaining. This city's got a ship too. We're going to have ourselves a spare elytra. We may as well work our way up, so let's start with this room here. And it actually does have some chests, diamond leggings, some gold, some iron, pretty standard stuff. I really like to find some maxed out tools. That's what I'm after. And also, we finally have our saddle. I knew it. Now that we have flight, we'll find the saddle. Of course, every single time. Next up, we have this room right here with more chests. Efficiency 3 diamond shovel. That's not bad. And that's way better. Efficiency 4 mending. Yes, please. You can get out of here. Plus some extra diamonds and another diamond sword. There should be a little something in this room here too. And there is. We've got a Prot 3 diamond helmet, as well as a Prot 4 mending chestplate. Now that's what I like to see. Plus an exact copy of the sword we currently have. And we've also got this efficiency 4 shovel, which we can combine with the one we just got to get efficiency 5. I did actually forget to collect the dragon head from the other end city, so we got to make sure to grab that on our way back. Let's go ahead and collect our second elytra, plus a sharpness 4 sword, although it has knockback actually, so we're going to leave it. And looks like our final bit of loot is going to be some extra diamonds. I would like some extra shulker boxes, so we're going to go ahead and clear out this tower right here. That should net us probably 2 extra, I'd say. We're ending this off with 8 shells, which means we'll be able to craft another 4 boxes. Before we head to that very convenient gateway, let's make sure to grab that dragon head like I said we would. And now let's do a very nice and smooth glide straight through. Oh my god! That could have been so bad. Why did that dump me out down there? That is evil. Is that supposed to happen? I feel like you're supposed to end up on here. Whatever. Good job we still had a couple rockets to spare. And here we are. Home sweet home. Back in time for tea. Here's a quick look at all the spores of war. We got loads of extra diamond gear just like I wanted. We've got enough levels to get some maxed out gear via combining. So that's exactly what we're going to do once we've got everything sorted out. I wasn't really sure what chest to put our dragon heads in, so I've just displayed them on the wall. I feel like this is the Minecraft equivalent of those stuffed deer that you see in people's houses. First of all, we're going to get ourselves a pair of protection 4 Unbreaking 3 leggings. We'll grab Prop 3 because then we can combine that with our current pair. And then you know what? Instead of wasting 7 emeralds on another pair of leggings in order to get Unbreaking 3 from the enchanting table, we're going to have to get Unbreaking 3 from a villager anyway so we can put it on our elytra. So let's just wait on that for now. Instead, we can just go ahead and combine both our pairs of leggings to get protection 4. Boots are actually a little bit more complicated because I really want to get Feather Falling 4, but the weird thing is the enchantment is something like 5 times more common at level 28 enchantments rather than level 30. We could actually go for Feather Falling 2 because then we can combine it with our other Feather Falling 2 boots and then hopefully get Feather Falling 3 as well. There we go, just as I predicted. We can get Feather Falling 3 on these and then combine these two to get Feather Falling 3 and then combine everything for Feather Falling 4. And with that now done, we can replace the bookshelf we broke. And let's try and get ourselves a Fortune 3 pickaxe. Oh, never mind actually. There's Silk Touch. We may as well get that on another pickaxe. And it comes with Efficiency 4. We'll go with this Efficiency 4 and get Unbreaking 3 too. That's not bad. I just really want Fortune 3 as well. I might actually just get Fortune 3 via villager trading. That might be a lot easier. I would love some fire aspect and looting on our sword here. No, that is absolutely terrible. There we go. Fire aspect 2 comes with sweeping edge as well. I would also rather like to get an Efficiency 4 axe. That will make chopping trees a lot easier. Oh, of course we get Fortune 3 on the axe and not the pickaxe. Of course. There we go. Thank you. And we're almost out of levels now, but we do have enough to get a Sharpness 4 sword, which will then combine with our other swords to get Sharpness 5. And it comes with knockback. No! I'm sorry, I gotta grindstone you. You just suck with knockback. I've just reset the enchanting table and we're still getting offered knockback, which means we can't enchant anymore because as soon as we reset the table again, we'll be under level 30. Oh well, let's just skip straight to combining. We'll combine these two to get Feather Falling 3. Then we go to Feather Falling 4. And I was actually very over optimistic when it came to the combining phase because just getting Feather Falling 4 on our boots has cost us basically all of our levels. I'm not worried though because once we get our villager prison, I mean, you know what? Actually, for once, I'm not going to do that fake out joke where I'm like, oh, actually, I meant happy town. No, let's face the reality here. These villagers are going to live terrible lives. And that's completely fine. It's going to make us a lot of XP and a lot of money. We'll do all of the combining later. Anyway, let's get started on setting up a creeper farm so we can have infinite rockets and therefore infinite flight with our elytra. The first material that we need is 24 stacks of building blocks. Let's see here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll save this tough because I want to use that for building later. So then 6, and that's it. That's all the stone that we have. So essentially we have a quarter of the building blocks that we need. That's wonderful. Something tells me this quarry is going to get a whole lot bigger. Our pickaxe is so fast now though, thanks to that efficiency 4. We've already got a stack and a bit of cobblestone. That makes me feel rather optimistic for this project. It may not actually take as long as I thought to collect the materials. And plus, gathering all this stone should only take about a third of our pickaxe's durability. That's because 24 stacks of 64 is about 1500. A diamond pickaxe's durability is actually coincidentally about 1500 as well, but since we have Unbreaking breaking 3, it's technically 4,500. And plus, we're going to be applying the mending enchantment to this pickaxe very soon anyway, so it's really nothing to worry about. We may as well grab this coal vein that's just sprung up. It would be a shame not to. Plus, we're actually going to need this for campfires very soon. That's going to be how we kill the creepers. And also, we're probably going to need to light up a bunch of caves so that the farm actually works, because otherwise all the mob spawns will be taken up by the random hostile mobs in said caves. Let's see, we now have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 stacks now. This will be a whole lot easier with a beacon that gives us haste, but that's going to come later. I mean, we already have the first wither skull. Fighting the wither is inevitable. And just like that, we should have enough blocks now. I thought this area was going to be bigger, to be honest. I feel like it's a bit underwhelming. I thought we were going to clear out this huge quarry in order to have enough blocks for our creeper farm, but no, we've just got this fairly respectable space. So we're up to 14 stacks of blocks right now. We need 24. So this is 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I'm glad we collected more shulker shells because we definitely need more boxes. We'll make a blue one next. We're going to need over 1,000 slabs and 1,000 trapdoors for this, so we definitely need the extra storage space. We've already got some of the other more niche things on hand, such as torches, 18 chests, and 3 redstone dust. I can already tell this is going to be a 3 shulker box job. We're kind of running out of different dyes here. This one can be white. Let's sort out the slabs next. We need 19 stacks of these. In total, we have 6 so far, so that's not too bad. We just got to get to work and crack on with things. We might actually have enough logs now. Yeah, there we go. There's our 19 stacks of slabs. I think we're going to need to head over to that old growth spruce biome that we saw because we are going to need 1,000 trapdoors as well. And that equates to about 16 stacks of trapdoors. We'll bring some paper with us, and then with any luck, by the time we're done chopping wood, it'll be nighttime. We can kill a creeper, get some gunpowder, and make some firework rockets to head back home with. We're at the highest point on this hill now, so let's take flight with our only rocket. This is actually going to work out perfectly. I thought we weren't going to quite make it. We're getting there on the trapdoor front, but it is taking a while. It's a good job we have an essentially infinite source of wood here. I have been chopping wood all day. Night is already falling, and I'm not even close to having enough trapdoors yet. All I'm saying is this farm better work. Here's a creeper for us to kill. We only need a stack and a half more now. We're really close. However, it is the middle of the night, and I stupidly forgot to bring my chest plate, which means we are really, really weak to mobs at the moment. A creeper explosion will one-hit kill us. We should actually be able to get the remaining wood back home, so let's craft our rockets and get out of here. Should just be back this way. Yeah, there we go. There's the village. Right, I'm going to actually try and keep this chestplate in our inventory from now on. The #1 killer in hardcore worlds is simple carelessness. There we go. That's it. That's all of the trapdoors we need now. We're going to need to make our way back into the abandoned mine shaft we found earlier, since we need to craft 11 bows to make 11 dispensers. And plus, while we're down there, we need to collect some regular stone with our silk touch pickaxe so that we can craft a bunch of repeaters too. I'm trying to find the entrance to the chasm from earlier. I know it's around here somewhere. Oh, is this it? No, it isn't. Or maybe it is this, actually. I don't know. No, it's definitely not this. Oh, hold on. No, I don't think this is it either. Let's just head into our mine and try and find it from there. All right, okay, so we found the right place. I just don't know where this is. Oh, right, I see now. Okay, I'm gonna leave a diorite block here so we can actually mark that for the future. Then we just make our way along here. We'll grab that redstone as well. And then, there we go. There's the hole in the wall. We go all the way through here. And that is gonna take us right to the abandoned mine shaft. And that's gonna give us access to unlimited string. We're gonna need 33 pieces of this stuff. What do we have so far? 34. Job done. While we're down here though, I'm going to grab all the stone that we need for the repeaters. We need 26 of them, which means we need 78 stone. We have our 26 repeaters now. We need to collect some more cobblestone as well, since we need to craft both dispensers and observers. I appreciate you showing up, willing to do some extra work for the farm, but we're not taking any new applicants at the moment. I'm sorry. Let's go with dispensers first. We'll get all of them crafted up. There's our 11 dispensers, all done. And part of the reason why we mined quartz in the nether earlier wasn't just for XP, it was so we could be well prepared and craft all the observers that we need. We need 10 of those guys. We're running out of cobblestone. There we go. We also need to craft up a single comparator as well as a lever. And we actually got to go chop wood one last time, since we need a whole bunch of logs so that we can afford to craft ourselves a bunch of soul campfires. creepers. Lovely stuff. There we go. We also need to craft up 15 hoppers, which is insanely expensive. And then thankfully we have just enough iron to craft 10 buckets. And now there's just one final material that we need to collect, and that is glass. More precisely, we need 7.5 stacks of the stuff. And once that's all collected, we will have everything we need to build the creeper farm. I feel like gathering all the materials is going to take longer than actually building the farm. I reckon we're going to need to head to the nether too, just to grab a bunch of lava so we actually have enough fuel to smelt all of this. We actually don't even need to head to the nether. We can just steal it from under our portal. There's nothing we can really do for now apart from just wait for everything to smelt, so let's do a bit of upkeep on the farm. You guys probably saw this coming. This has got to be the largest cow pen I've ever created in 100 days. This is why you buy an expensive computer. Not so you can have ray tracing, not so you can play games in 4K. No, you do it so that you can have this giant cow pen and not lag the game. We've got all of our sugarcane to grab as well, and we may as well collect the pumpkins too. There's nothing we can do to speed up sand production, so I'm going to spend the night killing creepers so we can get some extra gunpowder, which will help us work on the farm. Since it'll be a lot easier if we can just fly up to whatever we're working on rather than having to build up with, say, dirt, for example. I managed to get us 17 gunpowder, which is going to make us 51 rockets. Not bad. We're just waiting on the last bits of glass to finish up. I've been AFKing for a little while, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased to announce we now have every single material that we need for this creeper farm. Now, in order to actually build this thing, we're going to need to find ourselves a deep ocean biome. For some reason, this counts as an ocean despite being just a very large lake, but we can't build it here because there's way too much solid ground around us. However, there is a much bigger ocean just a stone's throw away. There is an ocean monument right there, though. That could cause problems. And there's another ocean monument over there. This isn't a deep ocean, but it is an ocean, so it should get the job done. It just means there's going to be more caves that aren't going to be flooded, which means there'll be more caves that we have to light up. Right, first of all, we need to build a 9x7 platform. Then we fill it all in. Then we go ahead and set up our chests on it, and we just build them up like so. And I'm realizing now that I really should have brought a bed. Anyway, then we need to connect up all these chests with all of our hoppers, and we also make a hopper platform like this. There we go. Then we've got to build a stone ring around them, which I assume is to trap the creepers in. And now we must make a very big square. This is going to be a platform full of water, which is going to flush all the creepers into the killing chamber. I really hope this doesn't turn into a giant mob spawning platform since it's the dead of night right now. Now we need to go around the edges with glass to make a border. This is going to be a long night, isn't it? Do you just hate joy? Do you hate happiness? That's the vibe you give me. Oh my, you're joking, right? No, I'm flying into the sky to wipe you from the face of the earth. You don't just get to knock me off while I'm building. Don't try and run. Yep, that's what you deserve. I'll tolerate them just nibbling my toes while I'm trying to build, but me standing here and him knocking me off into the ocean, that's a level of disrespect I'm not willing to tolerate. Apparently now we need to go ahead and place water in the corners, as well as water all along the sides. And if we've done this correctly, which we have, all of the water leads right to the edge here. We now need to go up 2 blocks from the middle and place down a dispenser. And then we've got to come out 6 blocks on each side, and we then cap each part off with a piece of glass. And then we need to do quite a strange, very specific pattern of glass. I believe this is to stop spiders from spawning in the farm. And then we got to do an even more convoluted pattern like so. I believe that should be it now. I can't commentate while doing it because it's so specific. Now that that's done, we need an observer facing down like this, and then on top of that goes a dispenser. And now for the really fun part, we get to build 9 more layers of the same thing. Yay! I can tell you're all really excited. I've used Deep Slate to mark out where the glass needs to go, so I don't have to keep checking the guide every few minutes. Of course, this does mean if that first pattern is wrong, then it's going to be repeated wrong another 9 times, but let's not think about that. I've been working hard on this thing all night. I believe we only have 2 more layers to complete. We're onto the roof now. We have built all the individual layers. This tile right in the middle is not a design choice, it's just what I ended up mining. We've actually run just short of blocks here, so we've got to dive into the ocean and collect some. Now that all of that's done, we need to start the Great Trapdoor Placing Marathon. As you can imagine, it's just going to be a whole lot of this. If you're wondering why we have to place such an obscene amount of trapdoors, it's because creepers aren't actually 2 blocks tall, they're just a little bit shorter. And that means that these trapdoors will stop zombies and skeletons from spawning and only give room for creepers to spawn. I believe we will still get the occasional baby zombie, but there's not really anything we can do about that. Just 3 more layers to go now. This is the last layer. All the trapdoors have been placed, so let's now add in these soul campfires. The next thing we need to do is build an AFK platform in the sky. We're now high up enough, so we'll make a little little 3x3 glass platform. We'll put some torches in the corners, and we'll use some slabs to protect us from any phantoms that might spawn. And of course, we've got to dig straight back down and get rid of all of these blocks we placed. And following that, we need to set up a redstone clock for the dispensers. At one end, we need to add 2 redstone, and on the other, we need to add our comparator. We turn it on, and then we add a redstone as well. And now this is where we need to use all those slabs we collected to build a giant roof over the farm to make sure everything below is in complete darkness. However, this is where I may have made a slight miscalculation, because do you guys remember when I said we can't use wood blocks for the farm because of, you know, lightning hitting it and burning the whole thing down? I thought that just like the trapdoors, the slabs were going to go inside the farm so they'd be protected from lightning, but apparently not. I will see you guys very, very soon. It looks like we have to do one last bit of stone mining. It's been a rather painful night, but we should have enough slabs now. We just got to go ahead and fill all of this in. At least we got this pretty coral reef nearby. I get to look at that for a while. Look at that. The first creeper has appeared in the farm. I wonder how many phantoms I'm going to have killed by the end of this video. Is that a second creeper I can see? You can just about see his toes. And that is all of the slabs placed. And now all that's left to do is to place a water bucket in every single dispenser. I didn't actually light this whole thing up, so I'm trying to keep an eye out for creepers just in case one tries to fall on our head. Yep, see? Look at that. We should just be able to one-shot it with our bow. No, not quite, but that'll finish him off. And now we just have one last dispenser. That is all done. Let's take down all of this acacia wood that I was using for scaffolding. And we should just be able to fly all the way up now. And if we flick this lever, that's going to switch the farm on. Or at least that's what it should do. But I think I put the repeaters the wrong way around. That's what I did. If we do a little something like this, we just reverse the order. That should fix it. Does it work now? No. Oh, there we go. I fixed it. I was just flipping around the order until something worked. But then the redstone doesn't loop around again. It gets stuck. Okay, I was just messing around again. I think I'm just being an idiot. It's working fine now. As you can see, the clock loops around, and then in a minute, it should restart. Here we go. And there you go. It restarts. Now, as I said earlier, I believe we do need to go and light up caves for this farm to actually be effective, but I do want to do a quick test of AFKing and see what the rates are like right now. Let's fly up to our platform in the sky, and oh, that's embarrassing. We'll try that again. There we go. And I'll just wait here. While I'm up here, though, if you haven't yet, please make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe as well. You know you want to. I've been AFK for about 10 or so minutes, so let's see if we got any gunpowder at all. Oh, okay, there are creepers coming off it. That's a good sign. That does look promising. We've got almost a stack in one chest, 36 in the next, and another stack in the final chest. Okay, this farm actually works perfectly. I can't believe that. I thought we were going to have to do so much lighting up in order for this thing to actually work. With our creeper farm now up and running, let's make our way back home, although I don't actually remember which direction home is. We also only have 6 rockets, so I'm gonna need to guess right. I'm sure that it's this kind of direction, because yeah, there's the ocean monument. And if I remember correctly, we flew over this. There should be a pool of water past this line of trees. Okay, I did guess right. Thank goodness for that. Home sweet home. Here we are. We can now craft up all this sugarcane we've been storing up and make a ton of rockets. We also got to go ahead and clear out all of our shulkers. And then let's go ahead and dye this purple shulker box red. This will be our fireworks shulker. Let's go ahead and collect ourselves a bunch of sand, because I'd like to start marking out where we're going to build our giant village. And I'm thinking the centerpiece of the base can be a castle where we'll store all of our villagers. That would also lead us quite nicely on to our next goal, which is to get some mending and unbreaking and other enchanted villagers, just so we can start repairing our elytras. We do have a few different choices of location, because we could build it somewhere on this plane here, but the terrain is really uneven. It's going to be quite a lot of work to fix up all of this. This area right here, actually, this could be the spot. It's a lot flatter and easier to work with than the area we have over there, and it also makes sense from an in-world perspective, because of course a village would be set up next to a waterway so that they could have access to trade and, you know, exploration and all that kind of thing. Yeah, all of this could be the village. Let's go ahead and clean up the landscape first of all. Our elytra is so low now, we're gonna have to use some phantom membrane to repair it. Before we can actually get building, we do have to do all the boring prep work first, which just involves lighting up these small caves and smoothing them over. In all honesty, this is a bit daunting, trying to start an entire gigantic village build, so the best thing I think to do is to just build a general outline. Doesn't matter if we change it, we're just going to start with a very general outline. And of course, the other thing is, I don't want to bite off more than I can chew, because there is nothing worse than ending a 100 days video with an unfinished project. But then on the flip side, I don't want to go too small, because that's just going to be boring. Okay, I'm happy with this. It's not a perfect circle by any means, it's definitely a bit lumpy, but overall it gives us a good amount of space to work with while not being absolutely gigantic at the same time. Also, if you're wondering how on earth we're going to fill all of this with interesting things by the end of the 100 days, I'm going to design maybe 5 or 6 different versions of houses that we can then copy paste throughout the whole build. I would say that roughly the center's about here on this tall piece of grass. Let's check that. Yeah, that's pretty much dead on. Let's go ahead and spam torches in this area just so it's safe for us to work on at night. We are going to go on a side quest here, but it is a very necessary one. I'm already getting sick to death of these elytras immediately breaking. We need a mending librarian. At long last, this child we imprisoned finally has a purpose. Let's get rid of his furniture, also his bed. You won't be sleeping anymore. And then we do a little bit of this. We just trap him in and we break that. And then, of course, because he's a villager, he makes me irrationally angry. He refuses to take a job for no reason, so we'll just go to bed so that he'll actually trade with us in the morning. Bro, I hate you. Just take a job. It's bright daylight outside. Oh, what are you doing? I bet he's locked onto a random job site outside of his house. Nope, I'm not letting you go. You're going to stay in there forever. I think he wants this composter right here, so if we break that, that might reset him. Oh my god, I hate villagers. Okay, I'm just going to let him out and hopefully that should fix him. All right, you're going to go to the composter. Oh, wait, it's not there anymore. Where actually are you going? Yeah, he wanted the composter. I knew it. And now where's he going? You actually deserve to be eaten by a zombie. I'm going to put the lectern back in his house and hopefully he'll willingly walk back inside. Come on. Yeah, there you go. That's it. That's right. Back inside where you don't have any freedom. Nope, nope, no. Oh my god. There we go. Thank you. Now I've got to figure out how to get in without letting him out. It's like Mission Impossible. Now we just box you in. There we go. Now I can actually do what I wanted to do, which is reset him. Oh my god. Wait. 38 emeralds. I think even with a cure, that's still going to be like at least 5 emeralds. It breaks my heart to do this, but I'm going to reset. To be fair, it's probably going to be not nearly as bad as a modded playthrough, because whenever I do one of those, there's always an extra 100 enchantments in the game, so it takes absolutely forever to get mending. Right, we finally got it. It is still steep at 20 emeralds, but once he's been infected and cured, that should go down to 1. Let's go ahead and spend all of our emeralds just to get this one book so we can have one elytra always fully repaired. We'll go ahead and chuck that straight on our elytra. There we go. All the XP from this is going to repair our elytra, and we needed some extra steak anyway. Plus, now that we have fire aspect, we don't even have to wait for this stuff to cook anymore. I used up basically all of our sand to create the village outline, so we're going to need to collect some more for the castle outlines. We're going to build this in chunks, so the first bit that we're going to mark out is the Great Hall area. So once that's done, we're going to start ferrying villagers over, get that all set up, and then we'll finish the actual castle. I've got the layout for the first bit done, although we're going to have to flatten out the terrain because I don't mind a bit of variance, but this is way too hilly here. It's just going to throw everything off. It's a good job we've got an efficiency 4 shovel to help us out. This should be enough space for now. I'm not going to bother trying to clean this up and make it look all nice until we're actually finished building the castle. Let's get on with collecting all the materials that we need for this build, and as you can imagine, since it's a castle, we need a lot of stone. This is the other reason why we're just going to build this one part of the castle and then move the villagers in, because once we can trade with them, we can get a load of emeralds, then we can get a maxed out beacon, and collecting the rest of the stone for the rest of the castle will be way easier. Since, of course, with our beacon, we can use haste and then just insta-mine all of this, so it's not nearly as tedious. This should be all the stone and cobblestone that we need for now. Also, slowly but surely, this space is starting to get rather large. Now, we are going to need to head into the mines and get ourselves some deep slate as well. And we're also going to need to grab ourselves some andesite. 4 stacks of that should be plenty. And now we just need to grab ourselves some regular deep slate, some cobbled deep slate, and some tuff. In contrast to deep slate taking so long to mine, I am so thankful tuff is a nice and easy block to collect. There we go. Just look at all those glorious gray blocks. Now that we have the blocks, let's begin building. We're going to be doing a gradient that goes from this dark gray to the much lighter gray of regular stone. Then we'll extend these blocks up by 1 just so they have a nicer transition into the next blocks that we'll use. And that's going to be deep slate bricks on the sides and then regular deep slate in the middle. And we're now going to be transitioning into a small layer of tuff. We'll bring that up a little bit more, and now we're going to be transitioning into all our stone-based blocks. So cobblestone, stone bricks, all that kind of thing. Texturing really does take absolutely forever. I am not looking forward to doing this for all the castle walls. We're at that point in the gradient where we can basically just use solid stone now with a couple sprinklings of andesite here and there. That's all done. This gradient is looking really, really nice. I'm very happy with how it turned out. Need to go ahead and add a bit of an archway to this entrance right here. I'm happy with that. It's nice and big, but not comically large. We're now going to go ahead and add the... I don't really know what you call these, but you all know what I'm talking about. The jutty outy bits. bits. The bits that stick out and form a bit of a railing along the top. And we'll be using andesite stairs for the underneath support bits and then stone bricks to wrap around. I'm not doing the two smaller edges here and here because there's going to be two towers on either side of this, so they're going to have to cut this off. And then to cap these parts off, we're going to use smooth stone slabs. Oh yeah, I'm really happy with how this is looking so far. We actually have to go out and collect more materials now because there's going to be a wooden part on top of this. We're going to need to go ahead and ravage this spruce forest as well as the dark oak forest next to it. Hopefully this will be enough spruce to tide us over for now. Next up, we need to grab some dark oak, although thankfully we don't need to collect very much of this compared to the spruce wood. Okay, there we go. Look at this. We got some little foxes sleeping. That's adorable. They're not related to anything we need to do. I just wanted to point them out. Our final stop is the nether because we need some crimson wood. Thankfully, there's a crimson forest fairly close to our portal. Oh, as well as a ruined portal with no god apple, sadly. I will take this gold block though, and there's actually a second one. We'll have that too. Right, there's all our crimson wood done. I'm gonna go ahead and kill a bunch of zombie piglins quickly because we need a bunch of XP to fix up our elytra. Our sword has smite 5, so I'm not too worried about them swarming us. They do hit reasonably hard with their gold swords, so we are gonna have to be careful. Also, our helmet does not have mending, so we do need to keep that in mind too. Anyway, our elytra is pretty much fully fixed now, so we can just fly straight back home. We're gonna have a floor of oak planks for the top part. Just gotta quickly fill all of this in, and then we're gonna build up 8 blocks on the side with our dark oak wood. Then we're gonna count 4 blocks and build the exact same thing again. Then we need to fill in the gaps with stripped spruce logs and spruce planks. It's taken a while, but we are slowly making progress. Also, not a lot of this whole castle is going to have interiors. I feel like that's to be expected though. Even with a bunch of careful timing and planning, I think we'll just about have enough time to finish the whole castle and village and all that kind of thing by day 100. Interiors are also more complicated than exteriors, so trying to fill out an entire castle with interesting things inside would probably take an entire 100 days by itself. Right, lovely stuff. The walls are fully done. I think I'm actually going to swap out this entrance up here for a big window and have 2 small entrances on either side, just because otherwise it looks like the exact same as the bit below it. I've been doing a bit of experimenting and I realized the best thing to do was to get rid of all the entrances and just have 3 windows. With that done, let's now get on to the work with the roof itself, which is going to be a dark oak frame with the crimson wood in between. And we're also going to have a very grand extra window poking out of the roof here. It's going to be a stained glass window, which I think will look really good when the sun's shining on it. I'm not going to bother doing an overhang for the roof where it sticks out like this, just because we're going to have the tower next to this, as I said, so it would just get cut off. I've had a thought pop into my brain. What if we use some mangrove wood at the top of the roof to create a really nice gradient from pink to red? I'm not going to spend ages looking for a mangrove swamp. If we can't find one, we just can't find one. That's fine. But I do want to have a quick check in the local area. We have also got yet another ruined portal here. Now, the mangrove swamp is a warmer biome, which means it should spawn more often next to jungles and deserts. And I've just remembered our creeper farm had a jungle really close by, so let's go check that out. Here we are. We've already made it to the jungle. And there we go. There's a mangrove swamp. That's perfect. Look how big this is too. There's probably millions of blocks of mangrove wood here. We're not going to be using all that much of this wood just because it's such a pain to collect a large amount of. Don't get me wrong, the trees look really cool, but having all the logs buried inside with no easy way to find them is just so annoying. 60 blocks of wood should be enough for now. I'm actually going to quickly fight some monsters because once again our elytra is super low. Do you not know of the contraption I've created to endlessly farm your kind? You must not know who you're talking to. Don't you ever approach me again. Bow down to your supreme creeper overlord. Leave me alone. No. Alright, it's basically fully repaired now. Anyway, with all our materials collected, let's get to work. It should actually be counted as an international crime that Mojang made such a nice looking wood with the mangrove planks and then decided that it would be the most annoying wood to get in large amounts. Well, that's just evil. Alright, this is starting to look really good now. Let's go ahead and sort out the floor in here, and then we can get started on converting villagers. We've also already hit 0 dark oak logs left, so we got to collect some more of them. I don't actually like this oak wood floor that we've got going on up here, so I'm going to quickly swap that out for dark oak wood. Yeah, that looks way better. Since this is an area that we'll be spending some time in, I do want to put a little bit of interior decoration in. Some stripped dark oak beams to support the roof, and we got to make sure to connect them all up with some dark oak stairs and slabs. I've finished all of the wooden beams, and I've also come up with this design where villagers are going to be held. It took a while to come up with something that didn't look absolutely dreadful, so of course the villager's going to go in this slot, and then their workstation will go right here, so they can't leave. You'll never believe it, but we're actually out of dark oak wood yet again, so it's right back to the forest we go. Right, we now have all the logs we need, so we can add all the spots for the villagers. Well, look who showed up. The thing is, man, I appreciate you coming out here, but I kind of don't have any emeralds at the moment, so I can't trade with you, which means the only thing of value are things that I can get by killing you. There's the 2 leads, very nice. Then we'll just get rid of the rest of the evidence. You guys saw nothing. Look at that, we've just magically acquired 2 leads. Don't know what happened there. I was also thinking to make these blank walls a bit more interesting, we could add some paintings. I think that's a new one actually, I haven't seen that one before. And that one's new too, I also don't recognize that one. All done, this place definitely has an art gallery feel to it now. We need to set up an area where we can infect and cure villagers, and in order to do that, we need to find ourselves a willing zombie. We need someone who's able to pick up an item, and it looks like, there we go, there's one. Now we do need to kill the rest of his peers, and we're going to need to do this rather quickly because the sun's about to come up very, very soon. It's just this guy left now, so let's lead him into a rather convenient hole right here. Come on, we just need to trap him. No, go back in the hole. There we go, he's stuck. No, okay, maybe he's not stuck. He's not stuck at all, and he's gonna die in a second. Okay, I got him stuck in the hole. Now we just need to cover him up so he doesn't die from the sun. That's step 1 done. As with all my other villager breeders, I'm just gonna dig a hole in the ground and imprison them in there. And I'm gonna do it reasonably close to the base so we have an easier time actually moving the villagers into the base. Here we go. This cave right here is a perfect start. Thankfully, in Minecraft, if you deprive people of sunlight and starve them, they actually seem to grow up just fine. This should be enough space for now. Very sophisticated entrance and exit is just pillaring straight up out of this hole. We're gonna need a couple stacks of rails in order to move villagers from here all the way over to the breeder. So what better place to go than the abandoned mine shaft? While we're down here, we also need to look out for some iron as well because we'll need it for our next farm. There's rails galore here. This shouldn't be particularly difficult. And we also have plenty of iron here, although we're going to silk touch it so that we can mine it with fortune later. We've got almost 2 stacks of rails now, which should be plenty. Plus, even if we don't have enough to make a complete track all the way from the village, we can just push a villager as far as we can along the rails and then reuse the ones at the very start. Night is now falling, which means it's very unsafe to move villagers at the moment, so instead let's focus on the zombie infection chamber. I have a penchant for messing these up, so I'm going to have to really think about it so we don't end up accidentally reinfecting the villager after we cure him. Because that's happened before where I've wasted a golden apple on a villager and then somehow the zombies managed to nibble on him again. We'd also need to make some very expensive powered rails for this to work. I found a zombie in this group that can hold an item, which is just way more convenient since we're right next to the breeder. Let's just lead him into the hole with us. There we go. Now we just have to lead him into the spot where he'll be stuck forever. Zombies can't pathfind over rails, so even though it looks like he could just step over these, he actually can't. He's now frozen in place. This is a rather rudimentary contraption, but it should solve all of our villager curing issues. We simply need to get a villager in a minecart and push him along. He then phases through this block, gets delivered around this corner to this zombie right here. The zombie turns him into a zombie villager, of course. We then hit this button, which powers these rails, which puts him in this holding area. And from there, we can splash him with a weakness potion, feed him a golden apple, and send him on his way. The sun is actually just starting to rise too, which is perfect timing. We'll start ferrying villagers over very soon. I imagine this is going to be a very painful and arduous process, so let's just get on with it. The first villager we'll be taking is our mending villager, who's stuck in this house currently. We got to get him all the way down this hill, so that's as far as we can take him for now. All we got to do is set him free, kind of, and then push him into the minecart. Come on, get in the minecart. Thank you very much. And then we send him on his merry way. Look at it like a roller coaster, my friend. A roller coaster that takes you to your eternal imprisonment. He's loving it. You can just tell by his completely unfazed expression. To be fair, I make fun of villagers for having a 1,000-yard stare, but can you imagine if they actually had facial expressions? Ugh, that would be horrible. Now we just recycle all our rails and build a second track, which hopefully takes him all the way to the villager breeder. Although it looks like we're actually going to have to construct a temporary bridge across this canyon. Oh, we're so close. We just don't have quite enough rails. Right, off you pop, mate. Go on. We don't have the hill's momentum on our side this time, so we've got to push him all the way. I love how he just stares at me the entire time as well. Like, that's just not awkward at all. You're just making it weird. Can you stop? Then we just grab all of our rails again. There we go. That should take him inside. We just got to make sure he's got enough momentum to get through these blocks here so he doesn't get stuck. There we go. He's going to skip the infecting phase for now, since we need him to not be a zombie in order to breed and produce us more villagers. We'll just speed him through. There we go. And that is our first villager successfully imported. I'm actually going to go ahead and repair our Silk Touch pickaxe and also add mending to it a little bit earlier than I intended to, just because it's very nearly broken now. I thought breaking rails was like breaking grass, where it doesn't actually take any durability away from your tool. But as it turns out, every single rail mined actually does 1 point of damage. It looks like it's actually about to be night soon, so let's brew up our first weakness potions in the meantime. This is where we get the payoff for collecting all those brown mushrooms earlier, because now we can easily make ourselves a fermented spider eye with no hassle. Then we just add that to some water bottles. We're going to need some gunpowder to turn these into splash potions of weakness, which you'd think we'd have plenty of, but as it turns out, I actually used all of our gunpowder to make rockets. Before we head to the creeper farm, I do want to have a quick check for any zombie villagers that are roaming about. It's not super important, it just means that if we can somehow find one close to the breeder, we won't have to ferry over another villager. Basically what it boils down to is I'm lazy and I don't want to move another villager over. Unfortunately for me though, it looks like we're not going to have a choice in the matter. I do not see a single zombie villager around. I'll just bite the bullet on that and make my way over to the creeper farm. Here it is, my pride and joy. Hopefully I don't miss the platform. There we go. I'll see you guys in about 10 minutes. Oh, look at that sunrise. That looks beautiful. Hopefully the farm has been producing. Yes, it has. And now not only do we have the gunpowder for the splash potions, but also for extra rockets. Our elytra just broke. I'm so glad that was done while I was flying low rather than miles in the sky. Let's not worry about that right now though. Let's just go and move our second villager in. We may actually be able to save on some rails with this guy here if we just keep moving his workstation. And if we go ahead and use two like this, we should be able to stop him from ever locking onto anything back in the village. Yeah, look at that. Oh, this is so much easier than the rails method. No, there's a bridge right here. What are you doing? He gets the job done, I guess. There we go. And he's inside. Now all we got to do is boom and boom. Oh, and I just hit our librarian. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, he's mad. Anyway, our two villagers are now in, so all we need to do is provide a ton of beds and a ton of food for them. I always like getting to ride the minecart out of here. Whee! We're going to need to head into the nether in order to fight zombie piglins to get our elytra fixed up again. Although first, let's turn our weakness potions into splash potions. And we'll also kill a few cows to get our elytra somewhat fixed up, just so we can fly around in the nether. It's got a tiny bit of durability now. That should be enough. Oh, looks like we didn't even need to fly with it, because there's already zombie piglins by our portal. I cannot wait until we get unbreaking on this thing as well, because right now, we can only fly for about 5 minutes before it breaks. We'll just keep critting these guys nice and easy. They don't even seem to be getting mad. Maybe if you kill them in one hit, they actually don't aggro. I don't know if that's how it works, but it seems very likely considering I'm just running around one-hitting everyone and no one cares. Oh, no, see, there we go. I landed a hit that didn't kill him and now they're all mad. I guess they just don't like if I don't give them a swift death. They start rebelling for workers' rights and that kind of thing. It's all nice and fully repaired now, so let's get out of here. Now that we've restored our powers of flight, we can go around and collect wool from sheep. And we may as well just steal all the beds from this village too. There was also a village over this way, so we can go grab all the beds from that. Yeah, there it is. I just stole this guy's bed and he looks so offended. That's right. I'm the bed thief. You can't stop me. I'm going to take your bed too. Thank you. Goodbye. And I'm going to have yours as well. You're unemployed, so this is probably for the best. Go outside and get a job or something. I don't know. Wise words coming from a Minecraft YouTuber. Oh, sorry, little man. Your bed is mine as well. Looks like mom and dad are going to have to put some straw on the floor for you. That's it. That's all you're getting. This whole village is going to get insomnia. No one's going to be able to go to sleep. I will take this lectern as well, actually. That's rather useful. The police don't suspect a thing. Right, we've got about 10 beds. That should be fine. This librarian's asserted his dominance. The other guy doesn't get a bed. Until now, that is. I think this idiot's still locked onto his old bed. No, please don't glitch out. That would be so annoying. We're going to have to quickly return to this village because we need bread in order to breed our villagers, and we don't have any bread. I think this village only had one lot of hay bales. That is pathetic. Oh, no, never mind. They got a second. We'll take all of them. Lovely. Now, we could argue that I'm depriving them of food, but when they're this stupid, I don't think it's going to be that much of a loss to the world if they all perish. We've got 63 loaves of bread. That should be enough for these guys to breed. Wait, what? This guy's not waking up. He's just hoovering up all the food in his sleep. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's what we need. Let's just leave them to get on with that. Hold on. I've already heard a baby villager. That was quick. Okay. They said 9 months. More like 9 seconds. I do need you to be a farmer. There we go. Oh, and his prices are increased because I punched this guy in the face earlier. Whatever. It's fine. He'll forgive me eventually. It's going to be a bit of a chore-focused day because we need to harvest crops from our farm, both to feed our cows and also so we can trade with the villagers. Got to make sure to stay on top of our sugarcane supplies. And sooner rather than later now, we're going to be trading a whole load of pumpkins. Now, I do want to set up a much bigger and better field for both pumpkins and melons. In fact, since we have to wait for the villagers to produce more kids for us, we may just need to do that for the rest of the day, to be honest. Just set up these giant fields. Come on, more children, please. Hurry up. Prices are back to normal now, thank goodness. goodness. Now we need to stay in the area in order for the villagers to be loaded and continue growing up and making babies and all that kind of thing. So for the rest of the day, I'm just going to fill out the actual outline of the castle. The outline is now complete. I'll go ahead and fly out here so we can get a bit of a better look. I did run out of gravel for this little wall section, but apart from that, the whole outline is finished. I've used gravel to outline the walls and sand to outline any prominent buildings. So we've got some towers, we've got the gatehouse, and then we've got some more towers on this side. Let's see what our villagers have been up to. Okay, we've got another fully grown one now. I think they're running out of food though, so we're going to need to get them more. I think our best bet is just going to be to bone meal carrots. We're going to have to go and head into the nether in order to get some more bone blocks. This is only our second fossil mine, but this should provide plenty of bone meal. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that's more than enough. I think I've spent the past 5 minutes just hunched over this little carrot patch spamming bone meal. It looks like this villager finally stopped glitching out and actually started to go to bed. I love how this guy still sleeps in the corner though. He's just like the one loner in this family. Oh yeah, they're more than happy to receive all these carrots. Well, I remember let's craft up a bunch of golden apples in preparation for all of the curing that we're going to do. I'm going to spend the rest of the night cutting wood because in order to start trading with the villagers, we need a bit of money to start off with. And the best way that I can think of to earn some quick money is to sell sticks to Fletchers. We're going to trade with someone from the village rather than in our breeder because I don't want to lock the trades of anyone in there. They're way more valuable. Here's our Fletcher and he has the stick trade. Lovely. Let's grab some emeralds. We should be able to get about 20 or so. We've maxed the trade once for the day. Now, usually villagers will restock once per day, but he doesn't seem to want to do that. So we'll just head out with our 16 emeralds. Oh, there's an iron golem that's appeared above the breeder. That means there's probably a lot of villagers in here now. You lot have been busy in here. Okay, we got plenty of villagers. That's lovely. The reason why we collected those extra emeralds is because we need to trade with this farmer to make sure that his level 2 trade includes a pumpkin trade. So let's see. He is going to level up and there we go. He's got the pumpkin trade, but he wants 5 pumpkins for 1 emerald. No, 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 no. You're going to get a much better deal than that. Well, I mean, it's going to be a much better deal for us. It's not going to be a very good deal for him. We've got to go ahead and whisk him away in a minecart. There we go. And we push him through to our good zombie friend. Don't worry. One day you will meet your dad again, imprisoned in the trading hall. You'll be side by side. Won't that be lovely? Hey, don't run away from me. Right now, if you could do your job, that'd be very much appreciated. Don't look at me like that. This is for your own good. Oh, there we go. I can hear the zombie killing him. And there we go. We have our zombie villager. And we'll go ahead and magically cure him. It's going to take a little while for our friend to cure. So while that's happening, I'm going to reset for an unbreaking trade. We'll also go ahead and give the villagers some more food. There we go. That should keep the villager production up. I love how one of the farmer's children has already taken over his trade. That's a sign that we're raising efficient workers. Okay, we haven't got an unbreaking yet, but our villager has been cured now. And let's check his trade. Oh, that is exactly what I want to see. 1 pumpkin for 1 emerald. He's going to be the first lucky villager to be moved into our trading hall. It's a bit dark in here. I think I'm going to need to buy some lanterns so we can actually light it up properly. The track should be all complete now, so we'll send him on his way. And now that he's in, we then patch up this wall like so, and we just got to remove the minecart. Now, villagers do have a rather annoying habit of sometimes glitching out of the minecart and managing to clip through blocks, so I'm really hoping that doesn't happen here. It did not. Okay, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Now all we need to do is grab our pumpkins. We've been hoarding them for so long, and now we can trade them all to him, marking the start of our Emerald Empire. That's leveled him up actually, so we can see if he has the melon trade as well. He does. And plus, all the XP we just got from that fully fixed our elytra. We're gonna make a lot of money together, although I'm gonna make all the money. You're not really gonna make anything. Something tells me this iron golem isn't gonna last very long. We are on a bit of a roll here, so let's get another farmer with the pumpkin trade, cure him, and while that's happening, we'll keep fishing for unbreaking. There's the bread trade. Thank you very much. Plus, all the bread that we buy from these guys, we can just throw straight back at our villagers. You don't have a pumpkin trade. See, this is why we check before we cure them and waste a golden apple. I'm terribly sorry, sir, but your life holds no value anymore. Now, realistically, I should be doing this during the daytime to set an example to his kids, but since we don't have the luxury of extra time, we're just gonna have to do it at night. In you go, my friend, and thank you very much. Right, so looks like the job position for a farmer is now open again. We're now taking interviews. Step right up. We've got the bread trade again. We don't actually have enough emeralds to fully level him up, though. Looks like we just got to sleep off the night. Our pumpkin villager should have refreshed his trades by now. We can go and get some more emeralds. Can you hurry up, please? I've got things to do today. Right, finally, there we go. Back to making money. And then he refreshes so we can do it again, leaving us with 24 emeralds from one villager. And then think about once we get the melon trades up and running too. That's going to be 48 emeralds per villager per day. Right, let's see. Do you have the pumpkin trade for us? You do. There we go. You do not want to know what happened to the last guy. That was a good decision. Now we just got to push him onto the minecart track slowly but surely. All his children are in the way. Oh, well, this one's now a grown man. Get in the minecart. No, no. Oh my god. Finally, there we go. Off you go. The zombie's done his job. Don't hit me. And now it's back to the quest for getting an unbreaking 3 trade. That was a bit of a shorter quest than I imagined. Now, I did have a book to trade with him, but somehow I've lost it, so I'm gonna have to fly over to the farm and pray that this guy doesn't reset his trades. Alright, bye for now, peasants. Thankfully, he hasn't changed his trades, and I've realized instead of encouraging his scamming behavior and paying him 21 emeralds, we can just pay him 24 paper to permanently lock his trades. Yeah, that's right. I'm not paying full price. I might actually set up a second curing chamber here, just so that we can be a bit more efficient, because right now we can only do 1 villager at a time. And I believe you can use a lever to switch the direction of minecart tracks, but I'm not going to try reshape this area until we've got him out of it. Because I don't want to be messing around with redstone and trying to turn this track a different way, and then suddenly I activate these powered rails and fling this guy out into direct sunlight. There we go. He's nice and cured. Now you, my good sir, are going to go into this slot right here. We just do the exact same thing again. Boom and boom. Hopefully soon this whole place should be filled out. Actually, no, not the whole place. That's a lot of villagers, but I do want to see it decently full. Let's go ahead and trade even more pumpkins. And this guy has the melon trade too. That's perfect. Okay, I've been messing around and now I have a very rudimentary way to switch the direction of the rails. We have now finished our second holding area for a villager. We now need to go ahead and cure both of our librarians. I've gone ahead and bought some more bread too, just so we can keep the villagers producing. And he's got pumpkins too. Okay, that's a future pumpkin trader right there. Anyway, our first librarian has been converted. Let's move him on over. Then we switch the tracks, although we do have to actually break this because it actually only swaps from here to here, so I can't make it go straight again. Oh, but then it actually auto connects. Okay, that's a bit annoying, but there's a bit of a workaround actually. We just do this. We then send him over to the other area. If I could just get past. There we go. We send him over like that. Although he doesn't really go down enough for my liking. I think he might still be able to infect the other villagers. Just gonna give you a little nudge. There we go. Then we go ahead and push our second librarian in. And yeah, this is actually perfect because we can just aim the weakness potion here and then cure both of them for the price of 1 potion. Although it is still going to cost 2 golden apples. Then we just send him into his little... No, 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 no. That's bad. That's not what's supposed to happen. Oh god, my contraption. It's all gone wrong. There we go. Okay, I don't know why that didn't work the first time. Sorry about that, everyone. Don't know why your deceased father just shot out in here like some Disney haunted house jump scare animatronic, but don't worry, I've put him back in the wall. He's never going to come back again. I really need to think of a better entry and exit for this place. It's very annoying pillaring up. Now we can pay a visit to our lovely money-making machines and just farm emeralds. And then we just keep trading. Oh, this is so good. And with that, we can already make ourselves 9 blocks of emeralds. Gotta go ahead and give the golem his daily bribe so he doesn't try and help any of the villagers. Number 1 rule when starting a dictatorship: make sure that the police force are paid off and work for you. First villager is now cured, so let's send him out. You have to go on a bit of a longer journey, actually, because you're going round into this side. And look at that. 1 emerald for mending. And the second guy's already done as well, so now we just flick the lever and send him off too. And send him off too. I will very happily go ahead and buy our first Unbreaking 3 book, which we're going to immediately put on our elytra. Finally! There's not much else to do apart from spend the night infecting and curing more farmers. A beautiful new day has dawned, which means it's time for even more trading. This guy has for some reason decided to try and jack the price up, so we won't be trading with him until he goes back to normal. There's not a whole lot else we can do apart from wait on these guys. There we go. You're both happy and healthy again. And now, even though we have that idiot on the left who's trying to charge us 2 pumpkins for 1 emerald, we've got a slew of new workers who are more than happy to just pay for 1. I'm going to grab us 2 more farmers for the villager hall, and then we'll move on to some other projects. I just punched a villager child by mistake trying to get a villager out of the minecart, and now they're discussing it amongst themselves. No! And how's that happened? That's definitely not supposed to happen. I thought villager children couldn't pathfind over rails. Yes, yes, run back in, thank you. These are our last 2 golden apples right here. Looks like this guy finally gained some common sense because he's now doing 1 pumpkin for 1 emerald. We can just trade with all of these guys and make so much money. Then we can just go around again and make even more money. And plus, our farmers have reached master rank now, which means we can buy golden carrots. Let's also go ahead and buy a few Unbreaking 3 and mending books. And since we've got a few extra levels to mess around with now, we can do some mending and combining. If we combine these 2 helmets together first to get prop 4, and then we combine it with this helmet to get aqua, affinity, and mending. Then for our leggings, we need Unbreaking 3 and mending like so. We'll also add Unbreaking 3 to our chest plate. And unfortunately, we're now level 2, so there's not much else we can do yet. And it looks like our villagers have now cured. That's perfect. We do actually have enough shells for one more shulker box, which is rather fortunate because we need to set up our next farm soon. Also, as a tangent, let's get ourselves set up with an ender chest so we can have some extra inventory space available at all times. This also means we can empty out our rocket shulker box for now since we need the extra space. Thankfully, this farm doesn't require nearly as many materials as the creeper farm. The tools we have at the moment are nearly perfect. We've got stuff like efficiency 4 and that kind of thing, but in order to push everything to efficiency 5 and get it all maxed out, we're going to want a steadier flow of XP than what we currently get from our trading hall. This farm does require 1,400 building blocks, which is something like 20 stacks. We also need iron for hoppers, so we're going to have to kill these iron golems. Also, since it's now nice and sunny, it's safe to send our farmer villagers off to the hall. We would not want them getting attacked by zombies in the middle of the night. We can go ahead and sell off a bunch of pumpkins again as well. So many emeralds already. This place is starting to look very nice and full now. We have enough levels now that we can upgrade our silk touch diamond pickaxe to efficiency 5 unbreaking 3. So far, we've also collected ourselves 29 blocks of emeralds. Now, a full beacon needs 2 stacks and then 47. I don't know the actual total number. I just know the actual stack number, if that makes sense. So we're still a bit of a ways off, but we're definitely making progress. We do need a couple stacks of leaves for the farm, so we'll grab those. The only somewhat difficult materials to obtain are 2 stacks of carpet. There are plenty of sheep out on these plains though, which means we should be able to collect all that wool in no time. All we gotta do is fly around, dive onto the sheep, and steal their wool. Instead of a drive-by robbery, it's a drive-by haircut. Imagine you're just minding your own business, and then suddenly someone swoops down from the sky, gives you a new trim, and then just bolts off. There's so many sheep out here on the plains, this will be a perfect spot for us to set up a mass sheep breeding pen. Look at that, we've got all the carpet now. All that we really need now is about another 1,000 blocks. Our axe is almost finished, so I'm going to chuck mending on it a bit early. We're going to have to set up that massive pumpkin farm very, very soon because our stockpile has finally run out. More emeralds on the pile as well. All that we're missing now is the iron to make 9 hoppers. Here we are back in Old Reliable. I think this is the longest I've ever gone in a Minecraft playthrough without getting fortune. Well, fortune 3 I should say. We did have that fortune 1 diamond pickaxe for a while. That's nice, but not what I need right now. We are starting to find more veins of iron now, which is very nice. Yes, now we're talking. It would be very funny if this chest actually had a saddle for us, but it doesn't. It does have a name tag, which is nice. That's rather useful. Plus, we have some melon seeds. And actually, some extra iron, too. Another name tag in here. And this is going to be our last iron vein. Right, there's all our hoppers. I don't quite remember the precise area of the stronghold, but I know it was in this direction. I recognize this terrain. I think it was around here somewhere. Let's chuck an eye of ender. Yeah, okay, we're really close. And you can see our little, I don't know what to call that, little defensive box we made so we could dig down. We can just use our elytra to glide down very awkwardly. Then we just head through here, and there's the portal. Before we can build the farm, we do also need to collect ourselves some ender pearls. We've actually got a very, very low budget version of the Enderman XP farm working right now. Anyway, let's get on with the farm. We're going to need to first make a lava cast, so we got to let this lava flow all the way down to the void. The lava has reached all the way down to the void now, so we place water next to it to turn it all into cobblestone. And this is where we get to the sketchy bit, because now we've got to float down all the way to the bottom, and then we got to place a block like so. There we go. Now we're safe. Then we go back up using some ladders, just in case we ever run out of rockets and can't get up some other way. With that now done, we need to bridge out using all of our leaves. The reason why we have to do this is to ensure that we're far away enough from the end island that no endermen can spawn up there and impact the rates of our farm. Now we're going to make a 9x9 platform. Then we set up our chest and all of our hoppers. And we're going to cover those with carpets. Then we're going to go up a couple blocks and copy the same 9x9 platform again. However, on this platform, we've got to go around with 2 layers of carpet to stop any endermen from teleporting up here. And now in a rather simple fashion, we just need to build a bunch of these rings until we reach Y44. We're only at Y8 right now, so we got to build a lot of these. This is going to be the enderman drop chutes. They're going to fall all the way down here, and then they'll be on 1 HP where we can just easily kill them with our sword at the bottom. And now that we're at Y44, we need to go out 13 blocks on each side and make a very big square. As you can imagine, this is going to be the spawning platform for the endermen. The endermen are already showing up in droves. This does mean we can partake in my favorite activity, pushing endermen straight into the void. Now that the platform's done, we add some trapdoors in the chamber like so. Since all mobs think trapdoors are solid blocks, so the endermen are going to walk over, they're going to think, oh, there's a block here, I can walk on that, and then they just fall straight into the pit. However, right now, there's no way to actually make them go into the pit. They just have to walk there of their own stupidity. So that's where we have to give them an incentive to actually actually run down. And in order to do that, we're going to need an endermite, which is why we collected these ender pearls earlier, because every ender pearl thrown has a 1 in 16 chance to spawn an endermite. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. We might need to go and get more pearls because we might not get lucky. Yeah, we're going to need more pearls. That's fine though, because even though the farm isn't actually finished yet, it's still working very, very well. This should get us all the pearls we need. We got 8 more. Come on, give us an endermite. I'm going to have to go down and collect more pearls. We've gone through 16 so far, which means statistically we should have already gotten the endermite. How long is this going to take? I think I've gone through almost 30 pearls now. Oh, and there we go. Now we quickly get him in a minecart, and I forgot to name tag it, so we've got to break it out of the minecart. We name tag it, and then we put it back in. Then we simply break all the blocks around him, like so. And now, as you can see, the endermen are furious with his very existence. And now the farm is officially complete. Let's test this bad boy out, shall we? There's just waves of endermen dying. As you might imagine, we are sorted for XP for the foreseeable future. I'm just going to stay here for a while and grind endermen. I'll get to level 50 and then we'll head back. Right, we've now made it to level 53. Oh no, my bed was set in the villager breeder. The very first thing that we're doing is getting fortune 3 on a pickaxe. And there we go. Already we've got it. We can simply combine that with our other pickaxe plus a mending book to get fortune 3 efficiency 5. Although we won't do that quite yet because I'm going to do some level 30 enchantments on some diamond swords. We're under level 30 now and I could not find a single looting 3 enchantment. So I think we're going to have to do some more villager trading. Now that we have fortune 3 though, we can go ahead and use it on this 1 diamond ore, which still only gave us 1 diamond. Also, we're finally going to put to use that netherite we found in that bastion. Let's upgrade our silk touch diamond pickaxe to netherite. And now, if you'll excuse me, I have a rather painful amount of villager resetting to do. Can you take the job, please, and stop being an absolute disappointment? Finally, there we go. We have actually fully run out of golden apples, so it's a good job our farmers, some of them do sell apples. Let's just craft up some more. There we go. No, 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 no. Oh my god. We're not going to get the 2-for-1 deal with the villager curing, but that's fine. In the meantime, let's take ourselves over to the jungle so we can collect some melons and start that pumpkin and melon farm. I've just realized we're going to need to get a silk touch axe, otherwise we're going to miss out on a lot of drops. We've got enough for basically 4 stacks of melon seeds, which should be plenty. For the rest of the night, I basically just got to sit here and wait for this guy to feel better again. He is now done, so let's send him on his way. And there we go. Look at that. 2 emeralds for looting 3. It should be 1, but I think he's still mad that I hit him with my axe earlier. There we go. Looting 3. Lovely. Now that we've got the book, I'm going to head back to the Enderman farm and grind enough levels until we can make a maxed out sword. I'm hoping level 50 will be enough, but I just don't know. And my bed is still in here. First, we've got to combine these books together. Then we combine this sword to get sharpness 4. And then we upgrade it to sharpness 5. Then we kill this annoying zombie that's decided to show up. We'll then add this to our old sword with smite 5 to replace it with sharpness 5, which is 24 levels. And then we just need 8 more levels in order to afford putting looting 3 and mending on this sword. Villager trading might be able to get us over the line, actually. I think this is going to do it. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And since we've got 1 extra level, we can give it a name. Now, I could shamelessly self-promote again and just name it something like subscribe or like the video, which you should do, by the way. But I think I'm going to give it a proper name because it is our maxed out sword after all. We'll name it the Peacemaker. And now that we finally have a looting 3 sword, we can head to the nether and collect the remaining 2 wither skulls that we need. I'm prepared for this to be a long grind. I'm just hoping that it isn't. I've been killing wither skeletons for a while. We just got our first skull. Statistics wise, we're doing pretty decent. We've killed 38 and gotten 2 skulls total from that. It's a 1 in 20 chance to get a skull with looting 3, which means in theory we should only have to kill 20 more at most, although that sometimes doesn't work in real life. We could get it in 2 wither skeletons or we could get it in 40. Also, the reason I'm flying out is to despawn all the mobs at the fortress so then we can fly back and get new wither skeletons to spawn. This is all I've been doing for the past 20 minutes or so, roughly. There we go. Look at that. We got ourselves a pack of wither skeletons. Let's see if any of you drop a skull. No, sadly not. Oh, there's loads right now. This should be all we need. One of you drop a skull. Come on. None of those guys did, but maybe one of these 3 will. No. No, and no. The grind continues. This is why I gotta keep flying away. Look at all these blazes taking up the mob cap right now. Oh, there we go. I just saw the skull. Give me that and get me out of here. Why is this ghast here as well? Go away. Oh, and we're actually getting really low. I didn't even realize. Yep, no thank you. That's enough of that. Goodbye. I just found a new nether fortress about 300 blocks from our portal. Well, at least we know it's there now. Ghast camping the nether portal. What a classic. Goodbye. Oh, I guess given the recent update, updates and news. Maybe he just wants to go home. Before we go and fight the Wither, I'm also going to upgrade our leggings to netherite. Now, you might be wondering why I'm not going with the chest plate, since some people do like to start with that. And the reason is, we'll be wearing our elytra quite a lot, which means we won't get any benefit from a netherite chest plate if we're not wearing it. So, the leggings it is. Also, we do still have one leftover netherite upgrade that we can duplicate, don't worry. The Wither is notorious on Java for being completely free, and unfortunately, he's not going to be beating those allegations today. I intend to execute him as quickly and as easily as possible. We'll go ahead and set up the soul sand T-shape, and then we place the heads on top. Hopefully they didn't stealth buff him as part of the recent updates. That would be rather bad. Looks like we're going to be fine though. We just keep critting him with our sword. We're taking a bit of damage, but nothing too bad. Let's make sure to eat a golden apple, and we'll just keep hitting him. He comes down for the melee, and it's pretty much game over already. Just got to keep on hitting him. Come on, you need to die. We're getting a bit low, so let's back up and eat a gapple again. And yeah, there we go. It's all over. Goodbye. Thank you. Probably could have prepared better for that. I probably should have brought a few more golden apples. That got a little bit dicey. We'll need to grab the few remaining pieces of obsidian left around this ruined portal in order to make our beacon. We go boom, boom, and boom. Beacon acquired. We're now switching over to post-commentary Mozi. It was about midnight at this point, and I didn't want to wake my parents up by continuing to shout at villagers and whatnot, so I decided to keep going and add in this little speech over the top. If we were going to afford this max level beacon, we would need to trade a huge amount of pumpkins and melons, so I set up this giant farm. Once it was done, I headed to our Enderman XP farm in order to get enough levels to make a maxed out axe. Since it could now one-hit both melons and pumpkins, I christened it Fruit Chopper. I then made my way into the mine, since even with all the emeralds we could make from our new farm, we'd still need a bunch of extra ore blocks to get that max beacon. As the mining trip was wrapping up, I was hit with a wave of crippling exhaustion, so I decided to log off for the night and get back to recording tomorrow. Now that we've mined all of these ores, we get to do the best thing, which is stacking them all up and then mining them down with a fortune pickaxe. This is a pretty decently sized tower. We got a lot of different ores here. From 20 something diamond ore, we got 47 diamonds, which is a very solid result. We also got plenty of extra lapis, a bit of extra redstone, and plenty of iron. It's a good job we mined all that iron, because we couldn't even afford to replace our anvil. Now that that's done, I'm going to throw Unbreaking 3 on this pair of boots, and then I'm going to add them to our current pair, which is rather expensive, but it gives us Depth Strider 3 and Unbreaking 3. Now it's just a matter of waiting until all of these melons and pumpkins grow, and then we should have enough emeralds to make our max beacon. In the meantime, I'm going to get on with building all of the connecting walls of our castle. It's going to be the same gradient that we've done before. We start off with a very dark color, and then we gradually transition to a light gray. Some of the walls are going to have this kind of design right here with the bits that stick up, but some of the walls are going to be, I don't really know how to describe it, but they're going to have stuff like this built on top. So first we're going to come around with a bunch of dark oak stairs, and we're going to use some slabs to bridge the gaps between them, and then we go ahead and do the same on this side. No, what? Get out of there! Oh my god. At least their trades are going to be cheaper, I guess. Right, the hall is now off limits due to contamination. What compelled the zombie to do that? I would love to know. Who breaks into a law-abiding trading hall and then attacks the people inside? Why not go over to the village over there where they're all just basically meals on legs? Why not do that? Anyway, let's continue with this build. We're going to be using a lot of dark oak logs, which I'm sure won't cause me any pain at all in the future. And then in between the dark oak logs, we're going to be using stripped spruce logs and these stairs like this to make these little slit-like windows. Although the stairs should be like this so that then the window is at eye level. Then we just do that all the way around. I don't know if I like it or not. I'm going to try a different design quickly. I think I'll stick with the first design for now. Looks like everyone is happy and healthy once again, although they actually haven't discounted their trades to accommodate for the fact that we've saved their lives twice now. Are you kidding me? 18 paper for 1 emerald? This should be at least 8 paper for 1 emerald now. At that bare minimum. You're lucky I didn't just march you out into the sun, my friend. With the walls done, we now just go ahead and add in the roof. I am very glad we chose to add a protective barrier to the trading hall. It's always a bit of a pain doing these diagonal builds, because when you're doing the roof, you got to make sure that this stair here faces in like this, so it curves in and fills the gap, because otherwise you get this, which looks terrible. As always, when I go to stroll for build, it is pouring down with rain, but as you can see, the entire wall is now finished. So all we got to do now is recreate this exact structure right here. We are going to have to go and grab more mangrove wood, since unfortunately we've completely run out. With any luck, a stack and a half should be plenty. Running out of wood wood has been a rather consistent theme throughout this video. The second section of wall is now done, so now it's time to move on to the stony sections. That's the design that we'll be using for the wall pieces. As you can see, it's very simple. Just the same gradient we've been using and then the stone bit on top. Unfortunately, we're all out of cobbled deep slate for tiles and bricks, so we gotta mine up more of it. We're also gonna need some more stone as well. All of the walls are done now, which means we can get on with building the other main structures, starting with the gatehouse. In terms of height, I think that's a pretty good estimate. We don't want it to be absolutely ridiculously tall, because we're gonna have towers on the side that are far taller, but we also don't want it to be small, because that would look stupid. There is just so much texturing work that we have to do, and this is unfortunately our final few pieces of andesite, so we gotta go grab some more of that. I've been mining away at this absolutely massive vein of andesite. We now have about 6 stacks of the stuff. With any luck, that should hopefully carry us all the way to the end of the castle project. Funny enough, we've also run out of stone as well. Our pumpkins and melons are growing nicely, so after we've collected this stone, let's go and trade them and then see how close we are to getting a max beacon. Right, we've got all the stone, let's put our fruit chopper to good use. Overall, we managed to get about a stack and a half of both pumpkins and melons, which isn't bad. We can go ahead and start turning them all into glorious emeralds. And we could actually make even more money because we traded once with all these guys and twice with this one in particular, which means we can make even more emeralds if our farm was at maximum capacity. We can craft ourselves 18 more blocks of emeralds. If we add in our blocks of gold as well, we're just over halfway to getting a max beacon actually. After finishing the gatehouse, I might just go ahead and try to do a massive mining trip just to grab all those remaining ores, just so that we can get a max beacon before day 100. The gatehouse is coming along very nicely. It's almost finished now. I keep zoning out and forgetting to actually commentate while I build, but to be fair, there's not a whole lot to commentate. It's just a lot of building gradients and basic shapes. This is what we've got so far. It looks quite imposing, which is exactly what I was aiming for. Slowly but surely, this place is starting to come together. We're going to quickly head to the jungle to grab ourselves some bamboo, and then we'll use it to make some scaffolding. And we can see if this looks any good as a filling for the window. Now, I believe you also need to put a black block behind the scaffolding to emphasize the contrast. We'll just test it with some dark oak logs. It looks okay, but I don't love it. That looks way better in my opinion. With the gatehouse now done, it's time for us to get that max level beacon. First, let's grab all the pumpkins from our normal farm, just so we can see how many extra emeralds we can make. That is going to net us exactly 8 more blocks of emeralds. And also, all of our iron is finished smelting too, so we can contribute that. Instead of it being 2 stacks of blocks plus 47, apparently it's actually 2 stacks of blocks plus 36, so there's a few less that we need to collect. We've already managed to find a different mine shaft, so we should have all the ores we need in no time. The mine shaft actually goes through this geode. That's sick. This has got to be rare, right? We've got one diamond deposit here, then one here and one here, because I don't think these two are connected. Yeah, look at that. They're not. That's bizarre. Yeah, look at that. That is the weirdest diamond generation I've ever seen. Bro, what is going on? This isn't normal. Why have I found even more generated like this? And they're big diamond veins as well. This is ridiculous. It seems like we've now reached the end of this cave, so let's make our way back. We should have enough ores now. This ore tower is going to be even bigger than the last. Just look at this thing. It's a skyscraper. Will this all be enough? Truthfully, I do not know. Let's also see how many diamond blocks we can make total. Okay, 13. We can add 13 blocks to our beacon. With any luck, this will be the last time we have to collect stone in such a slow, inefficient way. I'm doing Minecraft side hustles at this point, trying to raise enough emeralds for this beacon. This guy has the book trade. That's amazing. If we head back to the stronghold, we can just completely desecrate the library there and then sell all the books back to this gentleman. Pretty much everything is finished smelting now, so let's see how many blocks we can get. We've got 18 blocks of gold and 22 blocks of iron. And yeah, looking at what we've got stored up right now, we've got 64 emeralds, then 30 emeralds plus 31 gold, which is 61, then 3 iron, and then the rest of this stack of iron to make a full beacon. I've been waiting so long for this. Look at all of these glorious blocks that we've spent so long collecting. I think I may have miscounted slightly because we're 4 blocks off, but that's fine. We've got those diamond blocks back home. This may be somewhat of a Frankenstein beacon, but it is our Frankenstein beacon. We have earned this, and let's cut that. As I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, it may be a bit of a hodgepodge, but it's ours. We worked so hard for this. Now we just got to dig up so the beacon beam can actually reach the air. Yes! Look at that! We then chuck in our ingot of choice and activate haste, and then haste 2. Finally! We can just cleave through stone. The rest of this castle and village build will be a piece of cake. What used to take minutes now takes mere seconds. Oh my goodness, all that work was worth it. We've already got more than enough stone. This should carry us to the end of the project. We'll go ahead and pack you away for now. It's hard to believe that once this area was just this big, and now we've mined out all of this. With the max beacon finally in our possession, we can get back to building. Let's start with the first tower on the left here. We definitely want this tower to be tall, but the question is, how tall do we want to make it? That seems reasonable. I'm happy with that. It's going to be another long night of placing stone. The general design of the tower is done, but there's actually going to be a bit that goes on top of it. Also, guess who's out of crimson wood again? It's me. I'm out of crimson wood. Now that we've got crimson wood again, we're going to build a wooden structure on the top of this tower. Then we add some beams running across to join it all up. And we'll also add stairs and trapdoors for extra detail. And actually, instead of my original idea, let's add in some spruce wood. Then for the roof, we'll first add a trim of dark oak planks. And then we'll start building it up with our crimson planks. And then we just keep on extending it up. And then this is where we start to bring in the old mangrove wood. The phantom ranks must be running thin. They've only sent one to us. Oh, okay, let's not fall off the tower. And then at the very tip top, we'll add a piece of red nether brick wall. And then we'll place a mangrove fence on top, followed by 2 iron bars. And finally, we'll add some fences here and there to smooth out the curve of the tower. And would you look at that? That is our glorious tower roof done. I'm very happy with this tower, but the sides are a bit bland. So I'm thinking we add some windows where I've placed this dirt. To be honest, I don't mind if we just have some basic windows like we do on the gatehouse, but I am going to try adding a few extra details around them first. I mean, that looks okay, but I'm honestly quite liking this minimalist feel that the castle has. All we got to do is add in some stairs as well as some fences. I've gone with a pretty classic trick here, which is to place light blocks behind windows to give the illusion that the lights are on inside this building and it's full of life. Since obviously if we left these areas empty, people could just see directly into the empty towers behind. We'll end up doing this trick with the gatehouse as well in a bit. With that tower now done, let's move on to this tower here. This tower is going to be incredibly easy to build because it's going to be just like the other tower we built, except a bit shorter and without the wooden bit on top. The basic structure of the tower is done, but I don't really like how our sightline reads like this. The top starts there and it curves down, and I think that looks a bit weird, so I'm going to bring this tower up until it's equal height with the gatehouse. Oh, that is just a million times better. Once again, we'll add in the very simple window design we've got going on. Right, time for the final 2 towers. These are going to be by far the biggest ones, which is why we had to collect so much stone earlier. This is a very chunky tower indeed. There's just so many blocks to place. I feel like there's a non-zero chance that I get carpal tunnel from building this thing. We've already absolutely decimated our stone supplies. Now that we've built it up this far, we're going to be making this structure even wider. We're going to go ahead and go beacon mining for even more stone. The quarry has grown even larger. Also, I'm just going to leave the max beacon here just in case we need to come back and mine more stone. It's there for us. We don't need to set it up again. This is where it's going to get a bit awkward because this tower actually overlaps with this building, which means we're going to have to cut into the roof here. Right now, this thing just looks like a slightly better looking mob spawner. There's a lot of work to be done to it. First of all, we're going to add a very, very big window. That's not bad, but it's not quite right in my opinion. I think it needs to be a bit taller. Yeah, that's better in my opinion, and it's also less over detailed. It's a bit more clean and simple. We're going to go ahead and copy that to the other side of the tower here. With the windows now done, we're actually going to add 4 towers on top of this tower. Although, mind you, they are going to be mini towers like this. So the roof will of course start with our dark oak trim, and then of course we do the standard crimson plank and mangrove plank design. I'm just finishing up the 4th tower here. There we go. Just like that, our gigantic mob spawner is now a much better looking castle tower. We're leaving these windows empty for now because I'd like to make them into stained glass windows, so we'll do it when we fill in this area here. All we've got left now is this last tower. Also, we can buy lanterns from our librarians now, which means we can make this trading hall a bit brighter. That is so much better. No more ugly torches on the floor. Right, let's get this castle finished. Why is this cow trying to assert dominance? Stop. Who does this guy think he is? The McDonald's Messiah? Yeah, that's right. Get down. Know your place. Hey, look at that. An almost full iron zombie. That's pretty rare. Yeah, sorry, mate. I gotta kill you. I don't have any way of preserving you at the moment. Now that the main part of the tower has been completed, we're just gonna copy what we built over there, but just build it bigger. And of course, as per usual, we'll bring around the strip spruce logs and the spruce planks. And then along the top, we're going to add the classic dark oak trim that we're very familiar with now. And then, of course, we come around with the crimson wood. This is by far the tallest tower here, so it's going to have a very pointy top. And we've got to remember to add in the windows as well. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we can proudly declare that our castle is mostly complete. There's still a few minor things to do, such as these towers missing windows, this area is missing windows, there's some extra details I want to add to the tops of the roofs, but overall, it's pretty much finished. Because of all the small things that we need to do in order to finish this place off, we're going to kind of just blaze through it and do a bit of a lightning round, quick fire type deal, just because I don't want to bore you guys with all the individual materials that we got to go collect and all the little details. Also, I'm not running very many resource packs, but I think one of them is broken or something, because instead of the usual firework particles, I now get blue stained glass coming from the fireworks. That doesn't make any sense. Right, anyway, first for the build, we have this stained glass window. That looks a bit funky. I'm going to try again. I had to fly all night long in order to find a desert from which we only need one cactus for some green dye. I guess we'll grab a few pieces while we're here. And now we got to head all the way back. Yay! I've been messing around for a while now, and I'm really happy with how this window looks. That first one was just awful. This is way better. Let's also finally get these windows filled in. Hey, look at that. Nice and finished now. We'll also add the windows in this tower. Simple stuff. You guys know the drill. I think we might just do fences for this grand window here, simply because we don't want to have two stained glass windows so close to each other. That might look a bit weird. We'll go with the dark oak fences like I said, and then behind them we'll add light blue stained glass, so we can still give this building a bit more of a majestic feel, but without taking away from the stained glass window of the other building. We can't afford to cover this whole thing in redstone lamps, so we'll just use glowstone behind it. Well, it's definitely a no on the glowstone. That looks very weird. I think without the glowstone and just having plenty of torches in there to light it all up, that works fine. All the glass has now been placed. I've been growing a small patch of nether wart so that we can craft ourselves some more red nether bricks. We're going to go along the tops of the roofs with red nether brick walls and then add iron bars on top of them. And then along the rest of the roofs, we'll just go with a simple slab and trapdoor design. And we also need to add a portcullis to the gatehouse like so. And we've got these dispensers along the bottom because if the portcullis was lowered with these fences, it would perfectly slot into these dispensers. I've gone ahead and swapped the big window out for a slit window simply because it looked really weird with all this fence in the portcullis here having a big fence window. It just looked wrong. We've also got this double portcullis action going on, so the castle is extra secure. Let's go ahead and get all of the torches on this castle replaced with lovely lanterns instead. We actually don't have an efficiency 5 shovel yet after all this time, so let's quickly sort that out. All we've got left for the castle now is the courtyard. Hello there, sir. Well met. We do actually have to harvest a bunch of wheat in order to finish the courtyard, since in order to make packed mud, we must combine regular mud with wheat. At long last, we can use the greatest path texturing option in this game, coarse dirt plus packed mud. I did the thing again and zoned out while building. As you can see though, the courtyard is now complete. Originally, it was just all of this coarse dirt and mud, but I realized it just looked very brown and didn't have a lot of life to it, so I added these rows of flowers, these trees, and these custom mini cherry trees. I've also set us up with a storage room. I haven't moved everything over from our base yet, but I've emptied all of our shulkers out, so everything is nicely organized now. I was originally going to use this tower, but this is just way too small. I'm going to get everything moved over from the farm, and then let's start work on getting a full set of netherite tools and armor. Look at this, we actually still have our first pickaxe from day one. We can immortalize it on the wall now. I am going to miss this place, to be honest. It was home for a very long time, but with that being said, we have now moved into a much bigger base. Everything has been organized now. It feels so good to actually have a clear inventory and 5 clear shulkers. We've got the castle bit done, which means all that's left for our base is the village around it. But first, I do want to get those full netherite tools, so we need to go around and shear a whole bunch of sheep. Thankfully, there's so many sheep out on these plains that even though we don't have a wool farm set up, we should be able to get more than enough wool for beds. Oh, look at this. Just look at all the sheep that are just wandering around. You guys are in the savannah, so don't get mad at me. You're warm enough already. If anything, I'm doing you a favor taking your wool. You can just grow it back later. Oh, hey, look. This armadillo's already been dropping scoots. I guess they just shed them normally. Something that's never bothered me until now is that on Java Edition, no matter what color sheep you shear, the little pixels of wool left behind are white. This actually doesn't exist on Bedrock. The leftover wool is the right color, so I don't know why they don't just patch it into Java. I guess it's for the same reason that a boat requires a shovel on Bedrock. There's just no reason, and Mojang just likes doing strange things. I don't know why we're walking around with a pair of peasant shears when we can now make ourselves a pair of unbreaking 3 ones. You know what I actually forgot to do? I forgot to move our enchanting setup over to the castle. I guess we do have a use for this room after all. Look at those. That's how you know you're rich in Minecraft, when you can afford to enchant shears of all things. We should have enough wool fairly soon. 4 stacks of wool should be plenty. That's going to make us over a stack of beds. Oh, just look at our castle. It looks so good. Let's go ahead and harvest all of our pumpkins and melons so we can get some emeralds and buy a few more golden carrots before we head into the nether. The gate block in the villager hall is very ugly, so I'm going to swap out these dark oak planks for walls. That just looks so much better. Sell all of these off. We've got beds in one shulker and all the crafting materials in another. We want to make our way down to Y13. Now that we're here, we turn on chunk borders with F3 and G, and we're actually right on one, which is perfect. Since only one vein of ancient debris can spawn per chunk, if you mine on a chunk border, you're obviously doubling your chances to get that ancient debris. We may as well just get to it. We're going to want 16 pieces, since that's what we're going to need to upgrade the rest of our pieces of armor and our sword. There we go. We got our first 3 pieces. We've actually mined into our next piece without even using a bed. It was only one, unfortunately. And we found even more right next to that other piece. And that's another 3 vein too. Lovely. We're almost halfway there already, but let's not start celebrating too early, because when it comes to mining for ancient debris, your luck can turn around very, very fast. Also, look at this. This is why you mine on a chunk border. We found netherite just over here, and now we found more on this side. And look at that. We've got another double vein. 3 more pieces now. That's all we need. And here's more debris. Please don't be 1. No, I think it's 1. Yeah, it's 1. And there's even more. What is happening? I'm getting so insanely lucky right now. And there we go. It's a 2 vein. We have all the debris we need. That is the least painless ancient debris mining session I've ever been on. Usually it takes hours. Look at all the leftover wool we have. We barely got through any of it. Or actually no, because we had about 3.5 stacks, so we went through about a stack of wool. Let's get all of that smelted up. Alongside all the diamond blocks we have, I actually haven't mined these 18 deep slate diamond ores, so we should have plenty of diamonds in order to duplicate our netherite upgrades. Come on, let's get some good luck here. From 18 ores, we got 41 diamonds. I am very happy with that. Am I doing something wrong here? Why is this not working? What is the recipe for this? How have I already forgotten it? Oh, okay, it's this. I had it upside down. Let's craft ourselves 4 netherite ingots, and now we can upgrade our helmet, our chest plate, our boots, and our sword. This is pretty good going, if I do say so myself. You know what? Let's actually brew up some water-breathing potions and take on an ocean monument. So far, we've killed 2 of 4 of Minecraft's bosses, so let's bump that number up to 3. Let's also make sure to craft up some extra golden apples, just in case we need them. All of our potions are now done. We are also going to bring some buckets of milk, so that if we need to, we can just cheese the monument and mine through to the actual Elder Guardians. Since dealing with the little ones can get quite annoying, especially if there's a lot of them. They just keep hitting you with that stupid laser of theirs. Here we go. Here's our monument. Let's prepare for the Elder Guardian jump scare, which should be happening any minute. See if we can just mine in. We can. Okay, we get an easy kill on the first one. And I forgot to drink our water-breathing potion, so I'm going to do that right now. It is a lot easier to do this with a trident, but since we don't have that and I don't want to grind for one, we're just going in with our new netherite sword. There we go. That's 1 down. We've found the main room. Oh, here we go. Here's the second guardian. And there's actually a shipwreck inside this monument. I have never seen that before. Please die. Thank you very much. What is this, man? That's so weird. We've just got 1 more Elder Guardian, which should be at the end of this tunnel here. Here we are. We found it. And it's going to be our most difficult fight yet, because there's a whole load of guardians here to make our lives harder. Probably going to take a bit of damage. Okay, nothing much so far. Big hits here. Big hits. Come on. Let's get rid of you now. Let's turn you into seafood. And now we just drink up a bucket of milk and mine out. The monument has officially been cleared, and the guardians have been reduced to nothing but cooked cod and wet sponges. We can put a sponge next to this small shrine we have as another of our trophies. The time has finally come for us to terraform this area, because we've got some houses to build. I've been shoveling away all the dirt, and we now have a very nice flat area where we can build all the houses. Now that that's done, I'm going to start placing all of the individual outlines for the houses. In a separate creative world, I've come up with 4 different templates, so as I said earlier, we'll just copy paste them everywhere. As you can see, all of the outlines have been placed, which means it now becomes a race against time to gather all the materials and build all the houses before we hit day 100. Just look at how much wood we've been collecting for this. We've put a rather sizable dent in this dark oak forest. It's definitely looking a bit worse for wear. Alright, these should be all of the materials that we need. I'll talk you guys through each of the structures once, and then I'll get to just mass copy pasting them. This right here is the foundation of one of the bigger buildings. It's going to have these little supports on each corner to give it a bit of extra detail. Then we've got to extend these beams. For the walls, we'll go with the classic combination: strip spruce logs and spruce planks. I mean, did you expect anything else from me, to be honest. And then for the glass, we're not going to use regular paint. We're going to use white stained glass paint. I think these look a lot cooler. Now that that's done, we'll add in the front door, which is a mix of stone, cobblestone, and tuff. Like any self-respecting housing development company, our first priority isn't the satisfaction of our customers. It is cost cutting, baby. None of these houses are getting an interior. They're going to have a floor and they're going to have a roof. And that's as far as I'm going to go. We'll add some shutters next to the windows to give them a bit more character. And we'll also add in some leaves for a nice extra bit of color. You can see now it is starting to take shape. As for the roof, we're going to be going with the usual dark oak trim. And then on top of that, crimson wood and mangrove wood. What are you doing in there? No, we're not accepting new tenants at the moment. Get out. He hasn't given a down payment, any kind of agreement. Nope, he's just showed up and invited himself in. Anyway, the final touch for this house is for us to add a chimney. Actually, that's not the final touch. The final touch is to add lanterns all around the house. And then, of course, we must evict this creeper. And then the actual final bit is adding in the ceiling. Right, there we go. That's one house done out of, I believe there's 20 in this village. With that horrifying thought out of the way, let's move on to the next house design. Is there a category for Minecraft house builder speedrunner? There probably is, to be honest. Standard design for the edges as well. We'll add some composters with leaves in them for an extra design on the front. And as you might expect for a square building, the roof is rather simple. And of course, once the roof's done, we add in the chimney. And then of course, we add in our very, very low budget interior. Final touch is to add in some lanterns and some extra trapdoors. And with that, our second house is now done. There's no time to waste here. Let's move on to the third building. Of course, we then go ahead and add the walls. This building's a little more complicated because it's actually got a little market stall thing at the front. We add in some red carpet on these fences. And then we go ahead and add quartz slabs and mangrove wood slabs. And then we add in some red wool and some white wool. And there we go. Take a look at that. And then, of course, like usual, we add the dark oak trim to the roof. And then, of course, we do the usual roof with the dark oak trim and the crimson wood and the mangrove wood. Then it's just the floor inside. With all the lanterns added in, that makes this the third building complete in the village. And now it's time for the final of the 4 designs, which conveniently is right here. This one is also by far the smallest, which means by virtue, it's also the most simple. And there we go. Just like that, the building is already finished. These are our 4 designs that we're going to spam throughout the whole village. With all that being said, we have a whole lot of building ahead of us. So I'm going to crack on. I'm going to turn it into a montage. You guys just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Was a bit of a grind, but we have now built every single house in the village. This place is really starting to come together now. All that's left for us now is to add a path connecting all of the houses together, a wall, and a gate. And also this little weird pile of sand here, that's going to be a fountain. First of all, we'll get the path placed in because it's the simplest thing to do. We're going to leave some of the grass in so it feels more natural. After building 20 of these finicky houses, it's nice to do something brainless like just spamming coarse dirt and mud. The path is now complete. So now let's go around and add some flowers and bone meal and just make the place look lived in. And we'll also add the odd lantern here and there. I don't think we'll need many because we have so many on the houses, but just to make sure no mobs can spawn in any little dark pockets. When we've got open spaces like this where there's just nothing going on, we'll go ahead and add an oak tree. You can see how quickly we're breathing life into this area just by adding some random flowers and bone meal. That's literally all we're doing. Beautiful. That's all done now. Right then, now it's time for the fountain. It's just going to be very simple because we don't have a lot of space to work with. And now that that's done, all that's left for this project is the gate at the front and the wall. I pray that this is the last bit of wood that we need to collect for this video. We're going to go for a more rustic design for the gate compared to the stony appearance of the castle. Overall, I'm happy with this. It's got the vibe that we're looking for. Now all we got to do is go around the entire town repeating this log pattern for the wall. And I forgot we actually have to fix the terrain at the back too. That's much better. As you can see, I've brought the outline forward a few blocks so we don't end up cramping these houses here. We're about 2/3 done now, and very soon we're gonna run out of wood. We're gonna get really close to being done though, probably 3/4. We have officially run out of dark oak wood, so close to the finish line. We gotta do one last bit of deforestation. Thank goodness we have a couple of days left. We've got a couple stacks now, that should be plenty. We're right there. Right, now the final thing we've got to do is sprint around this village, stripping all of these logs. Our diamond axe is really low on durability now, and we don't have enough time to visit the Enderman XP farm, so we're going to make a new diamond axe and put Unbreaking 3 on it. Thank you very much, my good sir. Boom. Boom. There we go. Here we go. This is the only sound I'm going to be hearing for the next 15 minutes. And this is it. All the wood has been stripped. The final thing that we have to do is go around the village and clean up any leftover sand. Now, before we fly out and admire our work from a distance so we can see the full scope of everything we've achieved, there is one Minecraft boss left. You all know what it is. Do I even need to say it? We got to go kill a warden. Of course, first we have to find the deep dark, which shouldn't be particularly difficult. It's rather common in caves. We'll find it eventually. We just got to keep heading deeper. Literally perfect timing. There we go. We've got a sensor right here. And there's no shrieker down there. Okay. All that wool we collected for getting ancient debris finally has a purpose. There's got to be a shrieker in here somewhere, right? Having said that, this is a pretty pathetic deep dark biome. I'm digging through the wall to try and find a shrieker, but we're not really having any luck. This is the worst deep dark biome of all time. Oh, here we go. We found more. I don't actually think there's a single shrieker in this biome. I've triggered every single sensor and there's just nothing. Does the biome continue down here? No, I don't think it does. There's another deep dark biome over this way. This could be it! Oh my god! The creeper scared me so bad I started reloading shaders for some reason. No, this is another terrible deep dark biome. We just gotta keep looking. No other choice. Okay, this is the new worst deep dark biome of all time. 2 skulk veins on the ceiling. Does this connect up into any skulk? No. No, it doesn't. That's literally it. I'm sorry, diamonds. We don't need you. There's more deep dark over here. Okay. Plus, we have a spawner. And right at the end of the video, as we're on the cusp of day 100, there's our saddle. Oh, of course. Here we go. This could be promising. For once, I actually want a Skulk Shrieker to spawn. I think Skulk Shriekers as a whole have gone extinct. Right, let's just keep looking. We have found another cave. Oh, and that's perfect. There's a Skulk Shrieker right there. Now, we got to safely bridge over there and quickly surround it with wool so that we can safely build in this area and set up a trap for the warden. There we go, just like that. There we go. It's fully disabled. There you go. As you can see, all of the... Did it just activate? I just heard it shriek. Oh no. 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 That's not what we want to do. No, thank you. Time to leave. The most terrifying thing is I couldn't actually find our tunnel to get back into, so now I'm just digging through the wall and praying the warden doesn't find us. I guess there must have been a second shrieker up ahead. There's no way that the one we were on should have activated because it was fully surrounded in wool. Rather annoyingly, we now have to go 50 blocks away from the warden to be outside of its detection range. I don't want these. Wait, what is this vein? Oh my god. Sure. 11 diamond ore, why not? We should be far enough away now that the warden will despawn. Let's make our way back now. That stupid warden better have despawned now. I want to scout the area because there's got to be a second shrieker somewhere. So far, I'm not seeing anything. And when we heard the shriek, it was definitely in this kind of area. Oh, right. That's probably why, because there's a sensor directly under the shrieker. Are you kidding me? In order for a sensor to send a signal to a shrieker, there needs to be no blocks in the way. And of course, if it's placed directly next to it, the game technically counts this as there not being any blocks in the way. That's really dumb, but what it means is we're gonna have to break this, let the shrieker shriek once, and then run away. There we go. And that doesn't seem to have activated the shrieker. Let's block off this water. And now we should be able to just jump around on this with no fear of a warden spawning, which means all that's left to do now is dig our warden killing pit. It's an incredibly simple premise. It's just gonna be a pit with trapdoors that the warden will run into and get stuck in. We're gonna build a staircase leading up because we need to have a sight line on it so we can actually shoot arrows, but its sonic boom attack does so much damage and it has a really long range. We've got to take every possible precaution here because one slip up and we lose the entire world. This should be far back enough. Plus, if we do get hit, we're just going to immediately run into this tunnel and get away. We don't want to have to jump up all the blocks individually to get up the stairs when we've got an angry warden behind us, so we'll craft some tough stairs. We've also got to flatten this whole area so it's easier to actually hit the warden. Can't believe we're putting in so much work for a mob that doesn't even drop anything good. But he is the final boss that we haven't killed, so we have to do this. Alright, I think we're fully set up now. The plan is rather simple. We're going to remove the wall from this shulker. We're then going to trigger it. The warden's going to spawn. He's going to run for us. He's going to fall in this pit while we escape through the side here. I've placed stairs everywhere so we can run as quickly as possible. We should only be taking one sonic boom. Then we sprint up these stairs to this balcony up here where we can just stand and bow him to death. Let's eat a gapple before we do this so we have the extra health. And now we shall free the skulk sensor. That's one shriek. He's here, he's here, he's here. Let's run. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Where is he? There he is. I see him. Just need to hit him with a bow shot. There we go. He's mad. He's run forward. He's stuck in the pit. Now we just got to get our aim right, which I am struggling to do. And there we go. This is it. We've trapped the warden. It's GG now. All we have to do is fire as many arrows as we can until he drops dead. 99 days of work have led to this. He's dead. We got him. Right, now we've got to quickly sprint in, grab that skull catalyst, and get out of there. That's our rightful trophy. We got it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get out of it. Let's go. Another one is already spawned. I'm not particularly interested in killing another one. I do want to get him stuck in the pit though, because that's just funny in my opinion. Yeah, you're not doing anything to us, mate. Relax. And now you're stuck in a pit like a big dummy. Okay, the block that I placed there. Oh, and he's out. Okay, that's us done. That's us done. Let's get out of here. We will not be sticking around. We gotta hurry home. The sun is rising for day 100. We'll place down the skull catalyst on our little trophy monument. We've got the dragon egg from the Ender Dragon, the beacon from the Wither, which is somewhere in the mountain over there. We've got the sponge from defeating the Elder Guardian, and we've got the skull catalyst from killing a warden. And all of that is displayed next to our very first pickaxe. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as promised, this is what we've spent the past 100 days working on. Just look at what we've been able to achieve. From every angle, it's fully decorated. There is not a single spot missed. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And with that being said, I'm going to go touch some grass now, I think.